Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
It's the coronavirus, you mustn't go outside now. It's the coronavirus, you must stay indoors now. It's getting very dangerous to go outside the place. It's the coronavirus, you must stay indoors. It's the coronavirus, you must stay indoors. Don't listen to what other people say. They say you can go outside, but you must stay in. It's the coronavirus. Stay indoors, everyone, please.
Atención, sí, señor. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Compañía, compañía. Brazo extendido, brazo extendido. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa. Compañía, compañía. Brazo extendido, brazo extendido. Puño cerrado, puño cerrado. Chuchua, 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 wa, wa.
Chuchua, chuchua, chuchua. No, I can't play that song. That's all Dave and sing. Chuchua, chuchua, chuchua. There we go.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we've paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow, you know I'm free to roll.
Good evening, dear listener. The Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 with Iain and Kath on Talk Radio. My name is Iain Lee. Who are you?
I'm Catherine Boyle.
Can you talk for a bit, because there's something wrong with my microphone and I don't quite know what it bloody well is. You tell them what's going on tonight, Kath, please.
Okay, so you're listening to the Late Night Alternative. We're broadcasting from separate homes. We're about an hour away from each other, and there is a slight delay on the microphone, but apart from that, pretty much business as usual. We don't really have topics massively. You can ring up and talk about whatever you fancy, and you just need to give us a ring on 0344 499 1000. Amy will answer the phone and she'll call you right back. It'll cost you pennies if it's not included already in your mobile phone package, and well, who knows where the night will take us from here on out.
I'm very, very quiet here, and but I mean, does it sound okay there? I don't know what on earth is. Does it sound okay, Amy? I'm asking Amy only. Do I sound loud enough to you?
You didn't at first, but whatever you've just done seems to have fixed it.
Well, I didn't really do a lot, but who knows? As long as it sounds good, that'll do. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Hey, boss, hi, Kath.
Hey.
You know, a few months ago, you gave power of positivity and prayer for my mum to get better. I was wondering if we can do the same for Boris.
No.
Why not?
Medicine seems to be working.
No, just give him that extra boost.
No. First things first, he's on the mend, which is great.
Is good.
And secondly, I like your mum.
Oh, I'll tell you said that when
and by that I don't. No, but I do like your mum. And by that I don't wish any ill on Boris Johnson, of course. But me praying for him will be hypocritical because I don't believe that prayer works in that way. And also, there was genuinely people were applauding him last night. As I've said before, and I have to couch this so carefully because there are so many idiots out there who don't hear what I'm saying. I hope he recovers. It looks like he's on. Please shut up.
Sorry.
Thank you. Well, yeah. I hope he recovers. I don't wish him ill. I think we need a prime minister to be in charge. But the more I look and read about how he and his team have handled this, the more I sit back and think, I think they've balls this up. And I think it's responsible for a significant number of deaths. Now, I don't know that, and I'm kind of, biding my time until we come to the other side of this. But there is a growing body of concern. So I think my good wishes for his health would be, I think it would be hypocritical for us to lead a moment's prayer and meditation for Boris Johnson. I just don't think it would be appropriate at this precise time in our careers.
But if he, I know he's on the mend, but if the complications do happen, it takes a turn for the worse.
Alan, you don't have to talk to me.
Let me ask the question, Ian.
Alan, shut up. You've couched the question in a really lousy premise. Why would you couch the question in if he does get complications and he gets worse? Why can't you just accept the news that he is on the mend, and if you want, you go and do a prayer?
Oh, I wanted Dominic Webb to be permanent Prime Minister.
You want him? Well, do you know what, Alan? No. What a little... He's really annoyed me, Catherine. I found that call quite offensive and cowardly.
It was a little bit guilt-trippy, wasn't it?
It was, and also don't drop something like that and then do a hit and run. That's not fair, and I don't care what spectrum you may be on. That was really unfair and has got the show off to, I'm going to say it, a very dark start. So, Alan, you're banned for the rest of the week because that's left an unpleasant taste in my mouth. Let's go to Anthony. Good evening, Anthony.
Good evening. How are you doing? How are you both doing tonight?
I'm a little bit stressed tonight, Anthony. What have you got for us?
The question is, Ian, first of all, did you enjoy your time with your kids last week? Did you enjoy their company?
I love their company. I've got them now. Their mum is even staying for a couple of nights. You might hear a dog barking in the kitchen because the dog is here for a couple of nights. My God, that kicked off with the cats. I've got George, who's now... George and Patty are both now staring at the kitchen door, guarding the door. Patty went berserk when she met Lara. Arched back, the hissing, the swiping. And Lara's just like this dumb Westie and just wants to play and hang out with the cats, and the cats are like, what the hell is this? So it's been a little bit tense today. That's maybe why I'm so stressed.
Sounds like it, Ian. Sounds like it. And my question tonight is for you and all listeners, what are people missing most doing about coronavirus? Like, what are they missing?
What are you missing most?
Like, what do people miss most doing that they used to be doing?
Yes, and I'm sending that question straight back to you. What do you miss most?
I miss seeing family and friends. Ian. That's the most thing, really. Family and friends.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm missing. I'm missing hanging out with my best mate, Catherine Boyle. For the last 7 years, I've seen her every single day, and we work together, and we're working together now, and that's great. But I miss hanging out with her. Don't tell her, Anthony. Don't tell
I'll
her.
keep it secret. I'll keep it secret.
Don't tell me, Anthony.
Thank you.
I won't tell you.
Kath, what are you missing? What are you missing most?
Well, the same obvs, but I miss my mum. I really miss my mum. I saw my sister at the end of the drive today when she dropped something off.
Yes.
And I miss just being able to give people a hug, something you take for granted. Waving
Tell
at
everybody
members of my
the
family,
lovely-
people that I love, is weird.
Tell everybody the lovely thing that you and your kids and your mum do each night.
8 o'clock. We stand at the top of our stairs, and my mum lives in the next close along, and she stands at the top of her stairs. Out of her window, she can see this window that we stand at, and we flash torches at each other to say goodnight, and then we do mad waves out the window.
That is beautiful. I love that.
Lovely.
So
That's really lovely.
That's an excellent question, Anthony. We can put that out and see if it... Oh, we'll take line 2. We'll take line 2. Yes, we do. That's an excellent question, Anthony. Thank you very much indeed. We'll put that out to the listener. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Here we go. Here we go. I mean, this is what I've been dealing with all day. Disgusting, typical, vile attitude of a woke man. I'm not the biggest Johnson fan, but I hope to God he makes a full recovery. Why get angry when someone wishes him a full recovery, you sick, sick man? He has a wife and a newborn kid. FFS, you leftist cucks, sick of me. I don't think they're married. He has several ex-wives. Phil, this is the problem, and this is why I've stopped doing this on Twitter, and why I suggest you do the same, Catherine, and also why I'm very careful in how I couch my the way I phrase things. I wished him a full recovery. I literally wished him a full recovery. I just suggested, well, I don't even need to explain it, Phil, because most people heard it. This will be the last time I ever re-explain something to a thickhead, unless they phone in. If this person were to phone in, we'd have the conversation. But people texting and tweeting, accusing me of stuff I know I haven't said. Do you know what, guys? You gotta call in if you want to get the explanation that you don't want to hear. 0344 499 1000. Dean's coming up next. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Oh 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Evening, Dean.
Good evening, Iain and Kath. I hope you're both
Let me
well.
get straight to the... May I get straight to... I'm very well. May I get straight to the chase?
Yeah, what it is, I've heard nothing...
No. I'm getting straight to the chase. Dean, I'm getting straight to the chase. How many kids have you got, man? How many kids have you got?
For me?
Yeah. Just curious.
3. Well, actually,
3.
One died in November.
Yeah, one passed away. And
I've
you're a
got boy
doctor,
and a girl
yeah?
left. And then one lives in Germany, and the other one lives in Scotland.
You're a doctor, yeah?
I am a doctor. I was a doctor, yeah. I retired
a doctor
5 years
of
ago.
what? What? A doctor
Sorry?
of what?
A&E.
A doctor... A&E. A doctor of
A&E.
A&E.
Doctor, yeah.
But what did you specialise in?
No, it was just A&E. Actually,
You were a doctor of A&E?
A&E.
And that was your title, was it? Doctor...
basically, trauma centre.
Right.
Where mostly car crashes and any sort of trauma come in.
And so your title was Doctor of A&E?
Doctor of, A&E doctor, basically.
Yeah, okay. And, but you also were a shop steward, right?
I was a shop steward for the medicals, yeah.
How does that work?
Well, the BMA are all, we have, they have people in the hospitals that help people when they have problems with the managers.
So give me an example of a problem you would have dealt with.
Well, supposing somebody
went off sick, yeah, and they went past their, they used up their sick pay.
Yes.
And they were seriously ill, then we would fight to get them the money.
Right. But I've never heard of a shop steward in A&E.
Oh, not a shop steward. He's not a shop steward. It was
that's the phrase.
A liaison.
Ah, you used the phrase shop steward when you were on another show over the weekend, though, didn't you?
Sorry?
You used the phrase. You used the phrase shop steward when you phoned up another radio show.
It was sort of probably wrongly put in that way.
So what was the title?
A liaison.
A liaison. Okay. How many years did you?
You liaise with the BMA and hospital and things like that on different matters.
And what was the name of what union were you a rep for?
I wasn't a rep for a union.
Sorry, what union were you the liaison for?
BMA, the British Medical Association. Yeah.
The what? Sorry.
The British Medical Association.
Yeah.
Is the overseeing body of doctors. Yeah.
Yep.
And they have liaison people in all the hospitals.
Why would you use the phrase shop steward then? That's a very
specific. It was an easy way of putting it, but like I'm trying to explain now, Ian.
How many years did you train to be a doctor?
7.
And where did you train?
In Germany. Stuttgart in Germany.
Which college?
It was the medical centre in Stuttgart.
And what was it called? You see where I'm going, don't you, Dean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. You're challenging me, which is right.
Is there anything you'd like to say, Dean?
No, I don't think so, Ian.
Okay. So, what was the name of the place where you studied to be a doctor in Stuttgart?
Ian, I'm not going with this conversation. Sorry, because you obviously don't believe what I'm saying. So there's no point in carrying on.
You could finish this in one simple move. You could checkmate me now.
The Stuttgart Medical. It was attachment to the hospital.
Dean, you could checkmate me. Dean, you could Dean, listen, Dean, you could checkmate me in one move by telling me the name of the college you studied in Stuttgart. Checkmate me.
I don't want to.
Just got to tell me the name. No. Hast du Geschwister? Hast du Geschwister? Dean? Hast du Geschwister? Dean? Kath?
Or Quado?
I mean, okay, dear listener, we'll let you into a little secret. We've had our doubts for a little while about the veracity. Is that the right word, veracity? It feels right. I'm going to say
yes.
The veracity of Dean's stories, and I hadn't really considered it for a while, and then a regular listener who also happens to be one of the funniest men I've ever met messaged me and Catherine, big fan of the show, and said, that Dean, is he one of your mates? Is he a character? No. Okay, I'm just not sure about him. And I was like, what? And then Kath and I were talking, and every now and then Kath would text me and go, well, I just heard Dean on another show saying this, and I heard Dean on another show saying this, and this doesn't tally with this, and that doesn't quite fit in with this, and tonight I was just in the right mood to challenge him. And why did he pick Germany, Catherine? Why did he pick Stuttgart? Ich
weiß nicht. Was it a case of you wouldn't know, I didn't go to your school, that kind of thing?
And then a very simple German phrase at the end, which if you're studying in Germany, You'd know a bit of German, right? I mean, you'd know enough to get by, surely.
Here's the thing. I mean, there's no need to spin yarns. And also, if you're going to do that, stick with the same yarn and don't keep doing different stories to different people. It got to the point where I wasn't sure it was even the same person anymore sometimes.
Yeah. And I was totally up.
I
And
feel
Dean,
sad
if you're
that
listening,
he felt the need to do that.
Yep. Dean, if you're listening, call back, man, because listen, we don't hate you for it. Au contraire, I'm happily giving you the chance. There's a reason why you did it. I'm giving you a chance to phone up and go, yeah, you got me. And the reason I did it is this: I'm lonely, or I'm sad, or whatever. I would love to talk about it, to maybe understand why you did it, if possible, or maybe help you understand why you did it, and then welcome you into our family, baptized in cleanliness and honesty. I would love to have you as part of the show, but coming from a truthful perspective. I think that's fair enough. Don't hate you, Dean. Don't hate you at all. I'm not angry that you. I'm not angry that you've lied about some things. I'm not angry at all. I'm curious because I study humans, and I'm curious as to why you would do that. Honestly, I don't buy any of it. I'm curious. I'm not angry, and I'm concerned for you. And I wish you nothing but peace and love, and I wish you well. And I hope at some point, I hope you're hearing this message, and you feel that you can pick up the phone and explain. And there'll be no judgment. There'll be questions. There'll be no judgment from me and Kath. I can assure you of that. The listeners, who cares about those losers? But I'm curious. And you just phoned up tonight after a bumpy start to the show. And I don't know. 0344 499 1000. It's a fascinating job, isn't it, Catherine? And he was good because our bullshine detectors together are marvellous. And he sailed through for a while.
Yeah, and also some of the content of his calls meant that it would be very difficult to try and question the stories. Do you know what I mean? Without sounding completely insensitive. That's the bit that gets me the most.
Zoidberg says he's too busy to call in now. He's working on a COVID vaccine. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Vance. Good evening, Vance.
Hi, Iain. You're okay,
Vance. Hey, man.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but you cut me off the other night because I gave you a fact and you didn't like it. And in hindsight, I was wrong.
Oh dear.
I got my numbers wrong, and you were right. You were right to cut me off because I was trying to give you a fact which was incorrect. But regardless of that, the reason I'm ringing tonight is I found on a personal level, since everything's happening, is me personally, as a human being, I'm being more considerate and polite to people I meet in the street. Joggers, I'm standing out the way and saying hello, good morning, walking into shops, giving people space and interacting with people even more than I did before this happened. And it makes me wonder if, at the end of this, it will make us all be better people and more considerate to people. And going back to something you said a few weeks back with Caroline Flack, be kind. And I think at the end of this, we will all come out of it and be nicer, considerate, more human beings. And I hope when you come across individuals, people you don't meet, you'll engage them and say hello and good morning and just interact and be kind. And I think that's just what we need to do when this is all done and dusted.
I agree. I think, be kinder is my motto. I agree. I think that would be lovely. And I think for 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year afterwards, I think we will be kinder. I'm beginning, after seeing some of the nonsense that Catherine and I have been getting on Twitter and just looking a little bit elsewhere on the internet, I'm beginning to think that it won't last. This is where my thinking is now. The people that have always been kind or have strived to be kind will be kinder. The people that have been mean or miserable, they will say the same or get worse. And the people in the middle, I don't think much is going to change, really. We will forget how uncomfortable and how stressful and how lonely lockdown is. We will forget this. That's partly why I'm asking my kids to write a journal. That's partly why I'm proud to do this radio show, so that we can go back and go, oh, that's what it's like. I've seen friends, relatives actually, on Facebook write a post saying, this is just so I remember this 5 years from now when it pops up in my Facebook memories. March 2020, you had to queue to go in the supermarket. Churches were closed. You couldn't go and visit your friends. We'll forget this, man.
Yeah. So again, being totally honest with you, I got into your radio program. I watched you on I'm a Celebrity. That's when I first introduced to you. And because my brother Paul is a major fan of yours. He's emailed you before and interacted with you before. And so I only learned the hard way of the last week when you cut me off because I didn't realise your opinion on false facts. I like facts. I like facts. I don't like people spreading things that are rumours and lies. Yes. And I get that now. But one of my questions is to you again. I'm just throwing it out there. I know there's loads with this virus. There's loads and loads of conspiracy theories and what have you. And I honestly don't know where you stand on it. I'm just going to throw it out there now. There's a guy, you probably know him, is David Icke, and he's
been on the show. He's been on the show, and I like David Icke as a human being. I've met him. We've had him on the show. We had him on for an hour. It was a great conversation. He's a really nice guy, and his life is fascinating. He's talking bollocks about 5G, mate. He's talking rubbish about it.
I totally get that, but I was just wondering I don't know if you've got an opinion on it or not. On the last interview we did, where YouTube and the internet, everyone's cutting down. And there's only a certain way of getting the information and watching the interview. And to be fair, I only watched it today, and it is really, really bizarre the things he hits on, and when he's talking about things what happened 20, 30 years ago, and now it's coming true, and it just makes you wonder.
For example,
he relates to going back to his books 20 years ago about 5G and what have you now, and all the conspiracy theories. And
no, you know what? Stop. Why would the government build a death ray that kills their citizens? Why would the government build a death ray that kills their citizens? Think about that for a second.
Yeah, I agree. I know.
Right. Well, then why are you giving it any credence?
I know exactly, because I can only speak for myself, and it's just because I'm at home and I'm doing nothing, and I like to research things and try and get the right information on certain things and people who are respected and what have you. And I don't know. I totally agree. I don't know. I don't know.
But also, him having his video taken down from YouTube. Would you agree that that's an infringement on his free speech?
Yes.
Right. Well, you're wrong, because it's not, because he has the he said those things. So he has exercised his free speech. A video being taken off of YouTube is not preventing someone from having free speech. That is a commercial business saying, we don't want this dangerous nonsense being associated with us on our platform. He said it. He has the free speech to say it. He said it, I guess, in front of an audience. He was allowed to say it. His free speech was not impinged. The fact that it's not on YouTube or Vimeo or wherever, that is a commercial decision that has nothing to do with free speech.
Yes. So, but what about...
Is any of this going in? Because I say stuff, and then you say yes, and then you move on to another point. Is any of this going in?
Oh, of course I'm listening to you, because to be honest with you, you're a much more educated person.
That wasn't what I said.
I am listening to you.
I didn't ask if you were listening. I didn't ask if you were listening, though, Vance. I asked if any of this was going in. Because I say something, and you go, yeah, but here's another thing, and then you make another point that is ridiculous.
No, I do listen to you, what you say every night on the radio, and I do take every valid point that you make, and I do acknowledge it, and I do, and I'm listening to what you're saying now, and I do take it in. So I apologise if I was jumping the gun. I was just trying to get another point in before my time ran out. That's all I was saying.
Well, go on then.
I was just wondering. Sorry, I was digressing.
I like you, Vance. I like you a lot. I know you'll think that I don't like you. I like you a lot. I like you a lot. Carry on. Digress.
I've lost my train of thought because you thrown me off track. I had a train of thought where I was going to go with the question, but because
the train has been derailed.
Yeah, you derailed
me. Listen, we'll speak. We'll speak again another night, mate. Thank you. 03444 499 1000. I like that guy, Catherine. I like him.
Yeah. Do you know what I wish, though? People wouldn't come on feeling like they've got to, do a thing. And also, this whole idea of I've done research, because I'm sitting at home and I'm doing research. It's not research if what you're looking at is made up, is it? It's research if you've got stuff it's evidence-backed. And accumulatively, it brings you to a conclusion. It's not research if it's just reading someone's waffle and made up kind of theories.
Boy, oh boy, are we going to have Wi-Fi egg on our face if it is 5G. But we'll be able to download movies quicker, so I'm up for that.
But it isn't 5G. And you know what the other thing is, right? We're laughing about it, and it's quite clearly preposterous to most people. But to enough people...
Not to Amanda Holden and Emir Khan.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? To enough people, it is dangerous enough for them to go and actually commit criminal damage that stops people's mobile phones potentially getting through to the emergency services at a time when it's never been as important.
Let me interrupt, please. I want to go to line 4. Hello, Dean. You're back on the show.
Yeah, Ian, Cass.
Hey, Dean. How you doing, mate?
Hiya.
I'd like to apologise.
Go on. Talk to me.
Well, when my daughter died, that was sort of I don't know, I just felt so lonely, I suppose. And I've done silly things, I know I have, and I'd like to apologise to all Talk Radio listeners. I lied and I just, I'm just dying inside, that's all.
I know you are, mate. I know
and this is genuine. I'm not lying. When I lost my Emma, because she lived near me, and I saw her every day and everything, and now all I've got is a photograph to look at.
Oh, mate.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Hey,
guys.
Dean, did you hear what I said? Did you hear? Okay, hey, listen, just breathe for me for a second, man. Just breathe for me for a second. This is all good. Did you hear what I said once when you put the phone down? Did you listen to the radio and hear what I said?
No, I didn't. No.
Well, then let me tell you what I said. Let me tell you what I said, my friend.
I had to ring you back.
I said, not angry with you. I don't dislike you. I like you as a guy. I'm curious as to why you felt the need to say stuff that clearly isn't true, and I would love to know why. But you're not in trouble.
I needed to talk to somebody, and I suppose I made up things just to be interesting because I've got nothing now.
Hey, that's not true. And this is the thing.
I live on my own. I don't see my children and my two Emma's two children. Their father's moved away now, so I don't see them now. I've got nothing now around me.
Dean, you're a good man. Hey,
I'm
you're a good man.
disabled and I'm in the wheelchair, and that's all true.
Right.
And I just and my breathing problems as well. That's true.
Dean, why did you say Stuttgart? Why did you go for Stuttgart? Why did you go for Stuttgart? That was insane.
Well, because I love Stuttgart, and that's where my son lives. That's where my son lives.
Can we start again, mate? Because I like you. I like you a lot, and I don't want just. You don't need to apologise. But your apology is accepted by both me and Catherine and the majority of the listeners. And there is no need for you to lie to us, mate. Have you heard some of the callers? My God, they've got absolutely nothing to say, have they, Kath?
No,
can I say something, Dean? Dean, the first time you rang us, we both remarked on what a lovely, warm soul you are.
I am,
and you do not need to make. I know you are. You don't need to say stuff to make yourself more interesting to us. You're already interesting. Okay, and what we're really bothered about is the fact that I want you to be able to come on and just be Dean, you know? There's no need to, try and colour your life in like that.
I needed to talk.
I know why you did it.
I wanted to sound interesting and all that sort of stuff, and it's rubbish, really. You know, it was all rubbish.
No, it's not rubbish. I completely understand it. Here's the thing. You can call us whenever you want, and you'll get on, and you'll find people that want to talk to you.
Yeah,
and I actually think more of you for the fact you've come on and done this.
I don't have anything to say. That's the problem. I'm not interested. I'm not in. I don't know the word now.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You are interesting.
I don't even. I got nothing to talk to at all. I sit here day after day after day after day.
Can I ask you a couple of questions? Can I ask you a couple of questions? And these now come from a place of love and respect, okay? Because what you have done, phoning up and putting your hands up, is huge, mate. And so you have got nothing now but my respect, okay? Because that takes guts, and you've done it. And this is the hardest phone call you'll ever have to make to us. From now on, it's a joy, and you will be phoning us again.
Emma died, you see, and I just wanted to, you know. And I feel ashamed.
I'm gonna ask some questions, right?
Yeah.
And I just need a yes or no, right?
Okay.
So you're in a wheelchair?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Are you gay?
Yes.
Okay. You got a gay partner?
No.
No. Okay. What was the thing about the homeless dudes? What was the thing about the homeless guys? In like
I gave some money to the Salvation Army, and then they were going to do a hostel thing.
Okay, all right. So you gave some money to the Salvation
I gave them £1,000.
What? Good for you. Good for you. And what if you don't mind me asking, you don't need. I believe you. You don't need to tell me if you don't. But what did you do for a living?
I worked for a medical a firm called MediSense. And I was one of the works managers, and we used to make sensors for diabetics.
Isn't it funny? So all of this stuff was grounded. Was grounded in some sense. All of these stories you told us. Let's call them stories because that's a kinder word, I think. Were grounded in some form of reality.
Yeah. Yeah, because I worked for MediSense for nearly 35 years before I was injured, and that was it. That was all over.
Dean, listen, you're a good man. You've lost a daughter, and you're not seeing your grandkids. That's huge, and I get it, and I get why you would want to make up a more, in inverted commas, interesting version of yourself, right? There's no need to. There's no need to, Dean. You're a good man. You're a good man, and your
I'm really
story
sorry.
is interesting enough. You don't need to apologise anymore. As far as I'm
I'm really
concerned,
sorry
the slate
about
is
everything.
clean.
What I was going to ring you about, Ian, was
Yeah.
all I've heard is Boris Johnson.
You've invented a
What about
time
all
machine.
The other thousands of people that are lying there with
Exactly.
coronavirus and their families, they don't get a clap.
That's a great
do they?
point. That's a great
That's
point.
what I was
That's-
gonna
and
ring
that is
you
a,
about.
that is a really, and that is a great point. And you don't need to have a fantasy background to make that. It's a really good point. It's something I've thought about a lot. And another reason why I think a clap for Boris yesterday would have been offensive for so many reasons, but that's one of them.
was
For the
offensive
people
to
that
me
have
anyway.
passed, yeah, it was. I don't think many people went and did that. When was the last time you saw your grandkids, Dean, from Emma? Christmas. So,
Eve.
and that was one of the things you said, that you'd seen them recently. So that's not true.
Yeah, Christmas Eve I took them out for a meal, and that was give them their presents from their mum as well, because their mum asked me to get them some presents, which I did.
Are you allowed to speak to them?
I've tried calling, but I don't get any answer, Ian.
Keep trying.
I don't know whether it's the
Keep
right
trying.
number or not they gave me, but I don't.
Keep
I
trying.
think the father just
Reach
wanted
out, or maybe.
I think the father just wanted to take them away and get them out of the area, And they've gone.
Dean, remind me how old the kids are. Is there a boy and a girl? Is it a boy and a girl? Remind me how old they are.
It's Jack and Iona.
And how old are they?
Iona's 14 and Jack's 10.
Okay. Well, she might be on Facebook at 14. Her dad is possibly on Facebook.
I've had a look on there and I can't seem to find her.
Right, you can't find him.
No,
Keep
I
phoning.
can't find her on there.
Keep phoning.
She wouldn't be on Twitter or anything. Well, I'm not on Twitter anyway.
Okay.
But she's
Keep
not on there either.
phoning.
and
Dean, I know you're a little bit deaf,
ones
so I can't speak too loudly. I can't speak too loudly because I've got my kids upstairs. But keep phoning. Keep a record of every time you phone up, because at some point those kids will come looking for you, and they may ask you, well, why didn't you stay in touch? And you can show them.
I was reading somewhere about grandparents' rights, but I can't seem to get any further. When I can, I'm going down to the citizen advice to see if I can get some kind of access,
Good.
Keep I'm sorry
phoning.
once again, and I'm sorry to all the listeners, and be safe.
Screw those
everybody.
losers. They're idiots.
Oh,
Dean,
you
can
don't
you
need
do me
to
a favour?
apologise to us. Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Go on, Kath.
There is a brilliant helpline for people who've had a bereavement, and sometimes it's easier to talk to someone who you're never ever going to see again, and and you can tell them anything and everything.
Yeah,
and I wondered if
tried
you'd
that
had
stuff, and,
Have you tried Cruise?
That's the one I tried, was Cruise. And I
was
tried
it?
another one that the hospital gave me. And there's no response at the end. I'm talking to nobody, it sounds like, because they're just listening and they don't say anything.
That sounds like the Samaritans rather than Cruise, because they're trained bereavement volunteers.
Oh, I
so-
see. I don't know, Kath, to be honest with you. I'm all up in the air. I'm really...
I know you are.
Listen,
I'll tell you what,
you're
in
going
a bit, when you've had a
Dean-
chance to get off the air and stuff, I'll do the phone number.
Dean, you're going a little bit stir crazy, like we all are. Let me just say a couple of things. Number one, you don't need to say sorry to us again. Slate is clean. It's done. You're a good guy, and we have even more respect for you now because you phoned back and owned it, and you've explained it. And there won't be anybody. You've got to turn your hearing aids up, though. There won't be anybody listening now who doesn't understand why you did it and hasn't got sympathy for you. Okay, Dean, I love you, man.
Now, actually.
But we'll put some batteries in there, you daft sod. Dean, I love you, man. I have nothing but respect for you. I really look forward. I look forward to your. I look forward. Shut up. I look forward to your next call to this show, and you don't have to make anything up. You are good enough.
Thank you.
You're going to be okay tonight, mate.
Thank Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Kath.
Dean, are you going to be all right tonight?
Thank you.
Dean, are you going to be all right tonight?
And be safe.
All right, Dean. Take care, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There's a man. There's a man. There's a man who's earned his stripes, who's fought in the trenches. Thank you, Dean. Wow. Thank you. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? There's always a reason. I didn't know it would be quite as powerful as was that. Thank you, Dean. I really appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you reminding us about Emma. And I wish you the best of luck in getting in touch with your grandkids. 0344 499 1000. We're very late. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Go on, Kath. You want to give out the number for Cruise?
I do, and I've heard great things about Cruise in terms of bereavement care. Their number is 0808 808 1677. That's 0808 808 1677.
And for those confused, this isn't in any way, or maybe it is. Is this associated with the actor Tom Cruise?
No, I think he's a bit busy. It's also spelt without the I, so again, I doubt it.
Okay, well, it's good to clear these things up. I'm humbled. Sometimes I get humbled doing this this job, and you know, where the show becomes bigger than you and me, Kath. You know what I mean? And it's that was one of those calls. That was one of those calls. You know, I feel humbled that Dean was able to share that with us. That was incredible.
Yeah, I hope he feels relieved that happened, because now we can start from a place of honesty, which is always a good thing.
Let's go to Wayne. Good evening, Wayne.
Good evening, Kath. Good evening, Ian.
Wayne, what have you got for us?
I'm so pleased on the
but...
next... Sorry.
Yes, go on.
Sorry. I'm so pleased I am the next caller. Dean, I love you to bits, mate, and full respect. I had the unfortunate task of 10 years ago of turning my brother's life support machine off, and I went into a fantasy world, so probably a lot of sufferers go for that. And well done, Ian, Kath, the way you handled that.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. What have you got for us tonight, Wayne?
More hedgehogs.
Oh, great. Hey, that's great news, mate.
You have to let him do it
Fantastic.
now. You've been nice to him.
Jeez. Well, maybe he's making these hedgehogs up.
I'm not making them up. You should be proud of me.
Well, you killed a hedgehog and ate it once.
No, you did. Listen, you cut me off and called me pathetic, and it upset me. Because you didn't hear me out.
When? We did hear you for quite a long time talking about how you murdered and ate a hedgehog, and now you capture them.
We had some waste ground when I was a 10-year-old. We had some waste ground and some travellers pulled on it. I was only 10 at the time, and I used to hang around there with my...
And you ate a hedgehog?
No, but I didn't know it was an hedgehog. And that's why I've spent the rest of my life rescuing them, picking them off streets, taking them to the vet, paying for them to be to get healthy again. I've turned my dog kennel into an hotel.
Paying for a hedgehog to... Okay, yeah.
And my neighbours, the reason why I've got the hedgehogs, a neighbour is cut down 11-foot hedge, and they've been living under this hedge for about a year. Well, the neighbour's telling me that they're going to have to put a match to it one day. And I said, look, can I search through it for the rest of the hedgehogs? So that's what I've been doing all day. So I've now got 4 hedgehogs in my dog kennel.
Right. Well, you told us this yesterday.
No, I did not. No, you
did.
Cut me off. I know I told you that, but I've told you the rest. Now I'm telling you the rest of them. I've been in that garden today of the neighbours before they put a match to the edge they've cut down to get the rest of the hedgehogs out.
Right.
Okay, that is great. That is a great thing that you have done. What did it taste like?
Oh, Ian, I'm 57 now, so...
You sound about 80.
Liz, thank you very much. I smoke.
Are you a smoker? Heavy smoker, right?
Very much indeed.
Stop smoking. Can I ask you a serious question? Serious question.
Anything you want.
Has the old... Let me say it quietly. Has the old coronavirus not made you think about giving up smoking?
No.
Really? Because it does the lungs, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yeah. I'm on a journey at the minute because I've been addicted to painkillers for 10 years. I've now got through that. I'm off then. I knocked the alcohol on the head 20 years ago. So it's step by step.
Okay, all right. Good. Well, good for you. I just, it's just made me think this whole coronavirus. I used to be a very heavy smoker. I haven't had a cigarette for, say, 16 years now. And I just, it just made me think. I wonder if any smokers have considered knocking it on the head. All right. So what's tomorrow? You gonna bum a hedgehog?
Oh, Ian. No, I've had enough pricks for one day.
Thank you very much indeed, Wayne. There we go. We get boom, 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 boom. We got a better punchline than I ever could in my life. Let's go to let's go to Liam. We can do Liam before the break. Hello, Liam.
Yeah, you can fit me in. Nice to speak to you again, guys. How's it going?
Nice to speak to you, Liam. How's things going in Brighton?
It's all right. I think last time I spoke to you, I told you my partner split up with me and stuff, but with the isolation on top of it, it's all blended in together.
Yeah, but being forced to stay in your house on your own just after you've broken up is not really, it's not really great for the old head and soul.
Yeah, I'm sure she didn't plan it like that on purpose.
No.
She had full knowledge of the virus. Jesus, maybe she did. But,
oh my God. Speak to David Icke, he will know.
Oh, Christ, I was listening earlier. I agreed with what Catherine said, that watching David Icke videos does not count as research. That, research, you have to cite references, and research is complicated, but there's so many people.
All you have to do is ask the question, why would the government invent a death ray that kills loads of people?
Yeah, exactly.
For me...
And then invent things that cure it afterwards. Is just like a big kerfuffle. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Also, you can stream Porky's or Ghostbusters 2 in better quality on your telephone. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Ghostbusters 2 is a good film. Do you think, or not Ghostbusters?
Say that again, Liam. It's not a great line.
What? Oh, sorry. I was saying Ghostbusters 2 is a good movie, that was all.
It's a good movie. The Ghostbusters films are a little bit creepy, I think, in terms of their sexual, predatory nature, but they're good films. Liam, listen, it's nice to talk to you. I've got to go to the news. Thank you so much for your call, my friend. Stay safe. Yes, what's an hour? Oh, the dog's woken up. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. We've got Joe, we've got Paul, we've got Dave coming up. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Well, I'm not.
With Farrah, I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. It's a death-defying life I lead. I take my chances. I die for living in the movies and TV. Just watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building. I might the unknown stuntman that made Redford such a star. I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, hey, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague's, blown up for Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might jump an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look so fine.
There's something very peculiar with the old levels tonight. Something very peculiar. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Late night alternative, weeknights from 10. I'm Iain Lee. Who are you, please, lady?
I'm Catherine Boyle.
And I have woken up the entire house. I haven't woken them up. That's not true. I have simply not allowed them to get to sleep. So that's the way it go, guys. You're living with an award-winning broadcaster. Then God damn it, it's going to get noisy in that house. And don't worry, they'll get their revenge when they wake me up tomorrow at 7. I'm so tired. I've had this headache, this dull headache for, I don't know, maybe a month now. And how many weeks have we been doing the show from home? 3?
No, more, I think. Well, from our individual homes, 3.
No, from together.
Or is it 2?
This is only 2. So
What
maybe
day
we
is
did
it?
it at home. Today's Wednesday, going into Thursday. We've done the show. This is the second week of us doing it separately. So this must be week 4 of broadcasting from home, I'm going to say.
Okay.
Time has become very elastic. I'm starting to get a glimpse of what my mum, how time works for my mum. It's all a bit, yeah, whatever. But I have my beautiful children here until, when are they? No, they're going to go back Friday night for a night and then come back Saturday lunchtime and I think go home Monday. And it's a joy. It is a joy to have them. They are making me laugh so much. And we've been having so much fun. And but I really, really miss sleep. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, let us go to Paul. Good evening, Paul.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Paul. What have you got for us?
Yes. Well, I'm living alone. I'm a disabled person. I've been handling this situation with the crisis quite well up until last Friday. I've had continual problems from neighbours having parties all hours of the night. Eventually it stopped. Somebody must have talked to them because I've been on to the police about it. They started again today. Gangs of people coming around to the next door neighbour's flat in breach of all the social distancing rules, and now I've called the police again, and now they're refusing to do anything about it.
Let me ask you a question. Are you following the social distancing rules?
Absolutely, yes.
Right. Why? And I want to get my head around this because I've got my own feelings about it. Why does it upset you so much when you see your neighbours not following the social distancing rules?
Well, yeah, it's upsetting me because they're actually making me ill. I'm one of the vulnerable people. I've got serious physical problems. I've got Crohn's disease. I'm getting immunosuppressant treatment.
Yeah.
I've just been to hospital today to have the treatment. And, you know, obviously whatever else people do.
Yes.
Whatever else other people do, you know, it doesn't bother me. But they're keeping me awake night and day. No,
hang on, Joe. We're talking about two separate things here, okay?
Yeah.
And I am very much of the stay-at-home brigade. Stay at home, wash your hands, stay safe. Stay at home. Everyone just stay at home. But what is your problem with your neighbours breaking those rules?
My problem with the neighbours breaking those rules is quite apart from the fact that, you know, they could be spreading this disease, is that I've got severe post-traumatic stress disorder, and they're driving me crazy.
Okay.
And if someone doesn't actually
Joe, we're talking about two different things. Joe, we're talking about two separate things. We'll get onto the noise in a minute.
Yeah.
The point that you raised was them breaking the social distancing. Is that directly putting you at risk? And if so, how?
It's putting me at risk, both physically and psychologically.
I'm not talking about the psychological yet. We'll get to that into a second.
Yeah. Well, it makes me want to run out of my own home, put it that way. I don't want to stay in my own home.
Well, so...
I have to stay in my own home, but I don't want to because of what's been going on.
Joe, we all have to stay in our own homes. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to clarify. It would seem at least one of the things you've just raised isn't actually an issue in terms of them gathering in your neighbour's, I don't know if it's a house or a flat, is not putting you at risk of getting COVID-19, is it?
Well, we don't know that, but quite apart from that.
Well, no, don't please, Joe. Not apart from that. We'll get on to the apart from that in a second. You've said they are putting your life at risk by you said that you've seen them breaking the social distancing, and that is putting your life at risk. It's not. I mean, what are they like touching things? Are they touching door handles, for example, that you would be touching?
Anywhere near me, but the fact of it is that they're causing so much distress to me that I don't want to be in my own flat. I have wanting to get outside, and I'm putting myself at risk. You know.
Okay, so just to clarify, the point that you made. The point that you made about them making it more likely you would get the coronavirus, that isn't actually an issue. So put that to one side, because I do think a lot of people, and I'm not necessarily saying you, but I do think a lot of people are getting their knickers in a twist about, and I bought into it. This is the reason why I find it so interesting. I bought into it about people who are out and about and breaking social distancing. I think everyone should stay at home. I also know I'm in a very privileged position in that I've got a nice house, I've got a garden, and I live in the country, so I can go for walks, and I'm earning. I get that. So I'm in a very privileged position. Not everyone is. I do think everyone should stay at home. But also, I've seen so many Facebook posts, and we heard in the news about the number of calls to Crime Stoppers about people going out and sunbathing in parks and stuff. And part of me, initially, I agreed with those complaints, and I agreed with calling the police, and I agreed with kind of shaming them on Facebook posts. But the more I think about it, the more I think that that's perhaps a knee-jerk reaction. So I would suggest that don't worry about your life being put at risk in terms of contracting coronavirus because of them breaking social distancing. It would seem the issue you've got, and correct me if I'm wrong, is noise.
I've got noise, and I've got parties, and I've got the stink of skunk all over the place. People are breaking the law. Now, I don't care what they do. I mean, whatever people do out there, but they're now affecting me. I've got severe post-traumatic stress disorder. This is getting onto the psychological part of it. If I have to put up with any more of this, I'm liable to go into one. I'm ex-forces, and I'm liable to go crazy. That's what the issue is. I've told the police.
Well, no. Now you're making a physical.
No, I'm making a statement of fact.
Paul,
I'm making a statement of fact. I think happened before when I've had to deal with neighbours because of me issues.
Paul, I called you Joe earlier. I apologise, Paul.
Yeah.
You're making a physical threat, and you know that that's unacceptable.
I'm not making a physical threat. I'm saying what's liable to happen because of my.
You'll beat them up because you're ex-forces.
Well,
you'll beat them up.
It's not the point. I'm at risk then because I'm liable to be beaten up more than likely because I'm now physically disabled.
Well, then, do you have a
missed? That's just the point. And I'm supposed to be a protected person. And not have to put up with this.
Do you have a mental health team that you can speak to that you can tell that you are in danger of losing your temper and getting violent?
No, they're not interested.
So you do have a mental health team, because you said then you didn't.
I have long-term, 30-odd years mental health problems. I've worked for the NHS in the mental health sector and the voluntary sector.
Okay, that's great, but irrelevant to this question. With respect, do you have a mental health team?
No, I'm not regarded as needing a mental health team. I get my
because a minute ago so you said they weren't interested. You don't have a mental health team.
No.
Okay,
that's not uncommon.
Well, you need. No, I know it's not uncommon. It's terrible the way we treat ex-forces. Were you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your service.
But nonetheless,
thank you.
You know.
Well, no, thank you. I appreciate your service. I have nothing but respect for you and your colleagues. But you have to realise that you need to put in a safety device that will stop you losing your temper and getting into a violent situation.
Well, how am I supposed to? If people actually understand what post-traumatic stress disorder does, when you've got that level of abuse going on, what are you supposed to do? And when the supports are not there, the agencies that are supposed to deal with it. I mean, under normal circumstances, it would be, as you say, a noise complaint, and you complain to your local authorities, environmental health department. And that's what the police have advised me, And I said, well, that's fair enough, but you can't get hold of them now. They're unreachable, even their out-of-hours number. I said, that's under normal circumstances, fair enough. I said, but the fact is, you can't actually get away from this. And you're putting me...
No one can.
Right, and you're putting me at risk. Actually, you're putting anyone at risk. And I don't understand.
Everybody is going through this, and everybody is having to make huge sacrifices in an attempt to save lives. Your neighbours are choosing not to do that. That's very, very selfish, and that's very, very irresponsible. But you also have to put in something that will protect you, because if you are, what you're saying is true, and you are liable to lose your temper and get violent, well, you realise that is not going. You'll end up in prison or you'll end up dead.
Well, whatever. But it's not a choice. It's a part of my mental health disorder.
Well, it can be. What I'm saying is you have to put in something, Paul. What I'm saying is you have to put something in place to prevent that from happening, because I don't want you in prison and I don't want you dead.
Well, that's right. That's what I've been doing now. I mean, I'm involved in this project. I worked in a community-based group, peer support, under the NHS, and now because of this social distancing, they're doing it online, having online support groups. But that now is letting me...
How are you finding those? How are you finding those?
It's become a complete farce. I actually was one of the founder members of this thing, and now it's become a complete farce. So
in what way has it become a complete farce?
Because they say, for instance, they send me the links to the wrong group. I managed to get into it on my laptop, and I was, all right, it was a mistake. It was their mistake, sending me the wrong information. They have different groups in different boroughs, different areas, for the same organisation, and you have to attend the one in your local area. And I was admonished on the thing and cut off.
Well, I wonder.
And this is the level of support that it really just gets to me when this self-congratulatory nonsense.
Here we go.
The support's out there.
Here we go. Two things.
I worked in the NHS. I know. The mental health care is not there.
Two things. They made one mistake. That doesn't make it a farce.
They've made several mistakes.
Two, do you think that maybe what you've interpreted as an admonishment that has got you angry may not have been perceived that way from the person that was saying it? That maybe because of this PTSD, because of your I've noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed this, Paul, as the conversation has gone on, I've started getting quieter and quieter, and as I've got quieter and quieter, you have become louder and more agitated. And I just thought that was an interesting... Yeah, but I'm not saying anything to get you angry.
No, I'm not. I know you're making the points, but it does make me angry. would say this to me.
So if someone who you look up to, if someone who you are looking to for guidance says, "Oh, Paul, you've come to the wrong meeting, for goodness sakes, what you silly sod," I would imagine that could make you furious.
Right. Well, fair enough. But I was then sent today a text message from the same organisation admonishing me for acting inappropriately in interfering in the group which I wasn't assigned to. And I've just had that now online with other members of that group.
What did you do?
You know, what did I do? What did you do? What can you do about it?
What did you do in the group? What did you do in the group that was inappropriate?
All I did was say, I've managed to get into the group. They said, you're in the wrong group. I live in the London Borough of Merton. They said, you're in the Sutton and Merton. No, I live in the...
Did
London
you
Borough of Wandsworth.
tell them to F off?
The wrong group. No, it's not. Absolutely not. Why would I? I work for the project.
Because I can imagine that you might say something that might seem normal to you could be interpreted as aggressive by someone else.
Well, that's,
it's a possibility, isn't it?
Sure, it's a possibility, but you might take this right or wrong. My attitude to that is, well, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. I've been verbally abused by people when I worked in the mental health sector, but I didn't take it personally. But I haven't abused any of them in that. I've done work in the project and actually supported people along with the professional facilitators. And of course, that job.
Okay, listen, we're going off. We're going off on a tangent in a little bit. Listen, I don't know. You just need to You need to try and put something in place that I don't think you're going to go around and bash anybody's heads. If people are breaking the rules of social distancing, if people are going, when was the last time you bashed someone's head in?
Oh God, it's a few years ago now. I mean, it gets you into terrible trouble. I would say.
How many years?
It hasn't happened very often. Oh God, it probably is 20 years.
There you go. So you're not going to do it now. But you have to put.
I don't know.
I do know.
My own disorder, yeah.
Okay, Paul. Yeah, it's not going to happen now. You have to forget about people. Okay. You have to forget about.
If people are keeping me awake morning, noon, and night, and I can't get any sleep, that would drive anyone insane, irrespective if you had a diagnosis of those mental health problems.
Okay, Paul. Okay, Paul. Thanks for your call. I wish you the best of luck.
Very much.
It's a pleasure, Paul. Thank you very much for your call. You're a good man. Didn't really get much traction there, Catherine. I can hear his frustration and his anger, but I don't know. What did you think about the thing about the social distancing? I bought into the getting very angry and, agreeing with people who are fuming on Facebook. And now I do think it's selfish, and I do think that you stay indoors. But I also I've got a nice garden and I've got a 3-bedroom house. It's easy for me to stay indoors. If you've got a 1-bedroom flat or a bedsit, it's not easy to stay indoors.
That's true. And, if you go out on a walk and you live anywhere else but the middle of nowhere, you are going to cross paths with other people. And if you haven't got a garden and there is a public park, I mean, that's what they were designed for. That's why they've been kept open, so people can take exercise. I can understand why people end up there. But I also would bear in mind how bad it looks if everyone's just chilling out in the park, I don't know.
6675, if that's your phone number, you've sent me a text. I've just clicked on it. My God, it's an essay. Why don't you give us a call? Because I'm never going to... You've obviously spent a good 15, 20 minutes writing that. I've read the first 2 lines, and I honestly, I'm a little bit busy doing a radio show at the moment, so I can't be bothered to read the rest of it. But 6675, if you want to give us a call, I swear to God you'd be the next caller. 0344... 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Some show tonight. I'm really enjoying is the wrong word. Our kind of motto for this is he's a dick around. She's great. Kath is Gracie Fields. I'm George Formby, and we're here to entertain and stuff. And last night I think we had hello Patsy, hello my darling. We had a right old laugh, and tonight things feel a little bit heavier, and that's absolutely fine. But if you want to phone up and we can carry on playing War Poker, I'm well up for that. I've got to be honest, Kath, none of the TV companies were in touch with me today to offer us a television series out of that. I thought it would be perfect for daytime BBC Two or ITV.
Absolutely, especially with their new emphasis on, mental health and well-being. You'd think that we'd be the go-to. I mean, we've been doing it for longer than it's been a thing.
Yeah. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hi, is that Iain?
Yes, it is.
Hello, my friend. Could I just mention it's my first time on the radio, and I do appreciate you taking my call. I'm a little bit nervous, by the way.
But you've made phone calls before, right?
Well, I've tried to, but I need to admit to something. I phoned LBC earlier on, your rival. I know, don't cut us off. I beg you. Yes, I know. Growl and growl.
Can I ask a question, Joe, before you continue?
Of course you can, Catherine. Of course you can.
You're not going to do the same phone call you did to those people, are you?
Which was what?
Well, whatever you said to them, you're not going to say it to us, are you?
I didn't even say anything. All I said to them was, excuse me, but I want to speak about something, and I've had a drink, and he just cut us off.
Oh, I see.
Oh, they don't like drinkers over there. They're bigoted.
Oh, come on, Iain.
Anyway, Joe, let's forget about...
Okay, my friend. Yeah, hi. Listen, it really is a pleasure. I've seen you on the TV, I've heard you on the radio, and you've got the same sense of humour as what I've got. You've got a dry sense.
I don't know if we have after that comment. Well, what have you called in for, Joe? What would you like to say?
Just really about this coronavirus sort of thing.
The coronavirus, yes.
Yeah. I'm not very good with the Facebook sort of thing, but I've sent many a text on the Facebook about how I feel about it.
Why don't you tell us what you want to say to us now?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't know why every country on the planet is not making some sort of a protest against China. I mean, apparently this so-called virus started from Wuhan in China.
Shall we get it sorted first? Okay. You know, curing people, trying to slow it down, coming up with a vaccine, and then we can kind of follow the trail back. And if anybody needs to be prosecuted or there needs to be any reparations done by a government, possibly the Chinese government, then we should do it then. Should we not try and save people's lives first?
Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Iain. But what I'm trying to say is it originated from China. And
I was going to say the same thing again.
Am I not making any sense? No.
You're about to say the same thing again, aren't you?
So what is your comment, Iain?
Well, I mean, I could say the same thing. I've just said it.
Sorry, Brad. I don't understand. Which country is guilty for causing this virus? China. Yes.
He's going to say it again. Well, I don't think a country is guilty for causing China. Yes, it's very, very likely that I'll say it again. But listen this time. It's very, very likely. In fact, it's almost definite that the coronavirus, the COVID-19, began in China. Yes. Yes. And I'd certainly think an investigation, a worldwide investigation, needs to be done to see how it happened, why it happened, to make sure this doesn't happen again. And if any financial reparations are to be made by the Chinese government, then there can be some sort of international prosecution or demand. But I think right now the focus should be, let me finish, I think the focus should be on saving lives, trying to find a vaccine and making those who are suffering as comfortable as possible. Once we have got past that, then we can start looking at investigating China.
I fully understand what you're saying, Iain, but Well,
but
maybe just me or whatever. I've been on.
You're going to say it again?
I've been on Facebook and I've seen that apparently they're still opening the wet markets in China, and I've seen it on Facebook where they're slaughtering.
What do you want me to do, Joe? What do you want me to do, Joe? Do you want me to go over to China and tell them off for being very, very naughty Chinese people? What do you want?
Well, what would you say if that was your cat or your dog? If they'd done that to your cat or your dog?
What? If they were eating my cat or dog in China?
No, if somebody came along to your house, pinched your cat or your dog, I don't know what I think you've got cats, and tortured your cat and burned it alive and stuff like that, how would you feel about people like that?
Jesus. Why would you put that image in my head? Why would you do that? What an unpleasant person you are.
I'm not unpleasant. I'd like
You are.
to think
You are. You've just talked about burning and torturing my cats. I don't quite understand the point. In China and other parts of the world, they eat dogs. They eat dogs. They eat dogs. So what? Who cares?
Who cares? I care because it's a domesticated.
You're vegetarian, are you, Joe?
I am.
You're a
yes.
vegetarian, are you?
You've probably guessed that.
Right.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have guessed that. I was a vegetarian for a long time, but I still don't worry. Why don't you go and protest outside a farm that's selling beef?
What I'm trying to say to you, Ian, is if you want to eat a cat or a dog, kill them. But
Go to China. They do the best.
But
I'll bear that in mind, Joe. Thank you so much for your call. Thank you. I'll bear that in mind, mate. Thank you. If I want to eat my cats, I'll kill them, but in a humane way. And thanks for that wonderful, wonderful call. No wonder LBC wouldn't let him on. 03444991000.
That was totally the call he was going to make to LBC.
6675 is not coming on. I'll just read the beginning because I'm not going to read another essay. Ian, can't call. My wife is in bed asleep. She still has a day job. She's a key worker. Don't believe you. You've got my number. You're welcome to call me back during the day. No, I'm not going to 6675 because I'm not working. I don't want to have a conversation with you that's not on air. Why would I want to talk to a fruitcake who's sending me conspiracy theories and making up stories about having a key worker wife, making up stories about having a wife? Why would I want to do that? No, I only want to talk to you in the safety of... I'm not interested in anything you have to say unless it's between 10 at night and 1 o'clock in the morning. It really is that simple, 6675. I don't understand why it's so difficult to do. And what I'm going to do is I can block your messages getting to the studio for the next 24 hours. So... Kath, you talk to Paul because I need to... Because he's a nut job. You talk to Paul. I need to deprogram myself for a second. Go on.
Hello, Paul.
How are you doing, Kath? You all right?
I'm all right, thank you. What do you want to say?
I've got a game for us to play.
He's been tested. You've got what?
I've got a game for us to play for it. I got a link today from, you know, Dan Rhodes, the writer. I know that Ian was a fan of him, and you read like his really short stories.
I don't know who you're talking about. No.
Don't worry. Anyway, he tweeted today this game, right? And it's called Guess My Word. So, I've got a word written down, and you have to guess a word and see if you can guess it. And I'll tell you whether it comes before it or after it in the alphabet.
Oh, God.
You up for this?
I'm going to be honest, this sounds like a very dull game.
No, honestly, it's really good.
Is the word...
13 today. Go on,
is the word... balls?
Balls. It's not. It's after balls.
After balls.
It's after balls.
What is after balls? I'm not. Oh my God. I mean, I know some of them. Clock.
It's after clock.
A fisherman.
It's after fisherman.
God.
Is it twat?
Ian, it's before twat.
Oh.
Back to you, Catherine.
It's between
It's
fisherman
after
and
balls, but before twat.
It's after fisherman.
It's your taint.
You're twixt. Is it...
Now, you've had 4 goes so far.
Leg.
Is it what?
Leg.
Leg. No, it's after leg.
Oh, God.
Between leg and twat.
Melons.
It's after melons.
After melons.
We're still before
Nudges.
twat, so. Say it again.
Nudges.
What was that one? Nudges.
Nudges.
No, it's after nudges.
Is it... Ponce?
It's before Ponce.
Oh.
Are we spelling that with a C or an S as well?
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
But
hang on.
I'm writing them down. That's all.
Oh, does that mean that
But
it's
it's
a per word?
It's before Ponce. It's after nudges. How many goes have you had?
Is it onanism?
Is it what?
Onanism.
No, it's after that, whatever that was.
Everything's after onanism.
Yeah, it's after that.
Wait, can we? This is boring. What are you doing, Catherine?
I don't know. I'm just saying words and trying to see if he'll repeat them, and he does.
We're guessing the word in. It's cool, man.
Okay, thanks for your call, Paul. 0344 499 1000. Have you ever done a phone-in radio before, Catherine? Next we'll be asking, what's your favourite biscuit for dunking?
I realised that I was just filling for you, so I thought I'd string it out and say as many rude words as I could, and you let me.
Evening, Dave.
Evening, Ian. Evening, Kath.
Yes,
Join us at a low point in our careers. How can we help you?
I've had something on my mind today, and I wonder if I could discuss it. Is that all right?
Yeah, go
on. Well, maybe I'll just come out with it. I was walking in the rain. Tears started to fall out of pain. Wishing you were here by me. Take away this misery, and I wonder. I wonder.
Oh, so you're phoning up to recount one of the answers we had yesterday for Wah Poker,
Did you have that one last night?
I'm pretty sure we had Wah Wonder.
Did you? Oh, well. That was worth it then, wasn't it?
It wasn't delivered as beautifully as you did, but I think this one works for you today. How you doing, Dave? You all right?
Yeah, I'm right. I wonder if that bloke was going to prick at one point, but
Okay. Don't be rude about our callers.
That was
That's
also a
Catherine's
word that
fault.
was lingering in my mind.
I think everybody. It was a full moon yesterday. I do genuinely believe that has an effect on our mental state, and I think everybody is going a little bit. There's a lot of anger tonight, a lot of tension, a little bit of weirdness. There's a very strange vibe on the street, Dave.
yeah, I mean, I'm a bit like you. I wonder how quickly it will go back to, the same old behaviour afterwards. And I don't think it's going to be as life-changing as people hope, that it's going to be a nicer place, the world. And, I read a thing the other day saying, there's always a big change in society after something like this. And they quoted the Spanish flu. But, of course, that ended after the First World War. So, of course, society changed for that more than anything else.
I tell you what will change. We've got a new enemy now, the Chinese. We've got the yellow peril is back, baby, in big. So Europe has gone. Colour, in this kind of the 70s, being black or Asian was bad from one side, and now that Brexit's almost done or is going to be done, Europe it's hard to call them the bad guys now. We've got another bad guys, the Chinese. The Chinese. That's what we got.
Obviously, the Russians were in the 80s, and they still are now. But they're cleverer than they're cleverer at it. If they think Chinese be more blatant with their snapping cats and dogs, and Russians are just sitting back and watching it all happen.
Yeah, loving it. The Russians are loving it. Dimitri, loving it.
Conspiracy theory, of course, but you know.
No. Oh, no. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's fact, because I agree with it.
I saw it on Facebook.
I saw it on Facebook, Dave. Nice to talk to you, mate. 0344. I won't go give out the number, actually, because we've got loads and loads of calls that I've not been through, so we'll do those when we get back. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Because I have a dog staying with me for a couple of nights, Catherine, the cats are kind of in one half of the house and the dog is in the other, and I am in the same room as the litter tray. And man alive, I'm eating brown air tonight. I'm struggling.
Now you know how I feel working with you.
Oh, okay. Well, that was offensive, but also quite humorous. I like that.
True.
Let's go to Kay. Good evening, Kay. Oh, hello, Kay.
Hello. I've been hanging on this telephone. I feel like Blondie hanging on the telephone.
For 7 minutes 25 seconds.
Is that how long I've been waiting?
That's exactly how long, and it's not that long at all. I can make it longer if you want. I've got people that have been waiting for nearly 20 minutes.
No, really?
I went to you because I thought you'd be nice. Yeah.
No, I'm
I tell you what, Kay. I'll tell you what, Kay. Kay, I'll tell you what we'll do. You've got to be up tomorrow. We'll let you go to bed now. Then you go and have you get some sleep. Let's not hold you back any longer. Let's go to Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Catherine. How you doing?
Hello, Mark.
Wah poker, please.
Yes.
There was one I had last night. Guar gum. It's stuff they put in like jellies and stuff like that to thicken it up and what have you. And then today, I suddenly thought of a song that I'm pretty certain wasn't in it last night. Diana Ross, Only Fools Fall in Love.
Sing it.
Ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh.
You got it. You're in. Well,
get in.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. The pride.
I can't believe we didn't think of it last night.
While Mark is fist bumping the air, Dave is at home in his pants and a tear is rolling down his sad, lonely cheek, thinking, why didn't I go with Diana Ross?
I can't believe we didn't think of it last night. That's all right.
I can't believe it either. Anything else?
No, just that.
I love it. Thank you, Mark. You're a good man. 0344 499 I feel bad for cutting that caller off, but I've got, you know, I can see how long you've been waiting. 7.5 minutes ain't that long, really, is it?
I feel like she's been working on that Blondie reference.
Was I a bit harsh?
Maybe a smidgen.
Oh, Catherine Boyle. All right, Amy, if you want to call her back and see if she wants to come on, and she tells you to F off, then I'll take that. Let's go to oh, well, someone's just called me an arrogant C word. Okay, thank you very much indeed.
I do feel like using the C word kind of undermines their point.
But they spelt it with a KH. Let's go to Arlene. Good evening, Arlene.
Hello, you two. You've had a hard night tonight.
Yes.
And you've done real well.
Thank you, Mum. What have you got for us?
I have got you another movie quiz question.
Yep.
Or a film question, as you like me to say.
A film? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got here, which carry-on, regular...
Oh, I hate carry-ons.
Oh, sorry, but he won an Oscar. Can you name who he was?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can?
I can.
Right.
I can. I just need to think.
Okay.
And I do know this. Well... See, I want to say Ian McKellen. It's not Ian McKellen.
No, he was
someone like... No! No, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he won an Oscar, did he? Mr. Jim Dale, of course, you're referring to.
I certainly am. Can you name...
He didn't win an Oscar?
And what the lyric was?
Sorry?
Can you name what year it was? What? And the lyric...
What, the Oscar?
Yeah, what year did he win that
Best
Oscar?
original song, 1966.
Oh.
Kath, how do you know this? Digga Dum Dum.
Close. And the song.
Why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us, Arlene? Because we're just
Right.
not as bright as you.
1964. Very close, Catherine.
Yes.
And the lyric
Yes.
rated for the song Georgie Girl.
Here comes Georgie girl, what a lovely thing she's got.
And he was one of the sexiest actors in the Carry-Ons, I must say.
Oh yes, you know he's been on this show. You know he's been on this show and he's good friends with us.
Oh, really? Oh, that's amazing.
Catherine, let's get Jim Dale on. Is he still living in New York?
Oh,
send him an email now.
Oh, I would love that.
Catherine is shut up. Catherine is emailing Jim Dale as we speak. Let's get him on and find out how he's coping with all this nonsense. Arlene, thank you. Kay is back. Welcome, Kay. It's lovely to have you back. We're so glad. What have you got for us?
Oh, sorry, were you talking to me? Is that me? 'Cause
Is
I'm
Kay your
watching
name?
telly. Oh, yeah, that's me. Hi. Sorry, I was listening to something else while you were talking on the... Hello.
I made the right call first time, Catherine. I made the right call.
What do you mean the right call?
What would you like to say, Kay?
Well, I don't know, because the night's been quite long now, because I've been listening to lots of things. First of all, I phoned up because I thought you were a bit harsh talking to the gentleman that was talking about the wet market. And that's why I originally phoned, but a lot's been said since then.
Kay, what would you like to say before I cut you off again, my dear?
I'd like to say that...
I was so right.
Yeah.
I'm up tomorrow because I'm a nurse, okay? I'm working...
We don't have any evidence that that's the case. So, but let's assume you are. Thank you for your service.
Okay. No, you don't have to thank me for my service. I'm not actually doing anything as far as the COVID-19 is concerned. What I'm doing is I work in a private hospital, and we're now
what was the point of your call?
for the point of my call is I think you're quite rude.
Thanks for your call, Kay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kay. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I was right.
Turns out.
I was right. I know these things. I don't think she was a nurse. Let's go to Damo. Good evening, Damo.
Hey, Mr. Lee, Mrs. Boyle.
What you got for us, Damo?
I wanted to talk about cucumbers.
Why?
Because I think I'm subject to subliminal advertising, because I've been watching Food Network too much, right? And some of the chefs have been showing me how to prepare cucumbers in different ways, and they're really, really wicked ways of preparing cucumbers. You know, most people just bash them into like chunks and put them in the salad. Well, these guys were using like potato peelers and running forks down the length of the cucumber before they chop it up.
Your cucumber, baby.
And what do you do with your cucumber, Kath?
For God's sake, Damo.
Sorry, said the bishop to the actor, or the actor to the bishop.
I stick it where the sun don't shine with people who ask impertinent questions.
Sorry, I didn't mean it to sound that way.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, there's loads of different ways of styling your cucumber for your salad. And the reason why I say I'm subject to subliminal advertising, because when I went to the shop earlier, the cucumbers were reduced to 30p, and I bought 3 of them. Now I've got 3 cucumbers. No
Jesus,
tomatoes.
wet.
Yeah.
This is what is going on? We've got someone stroppy woman pretending to be a nurse. We've got an Irish ex-services is going to kick off, but won't take any responsibility for kicking off. And we've got a guy phoning up telling me he's got 3 cucumbers.
Well, I'll probably eat them, but they're mostly.
That's great news. Thank you so. Yes. Thank you for your call, Damo. Let's try Robin. Good evening, Robin.
Hiya, Ian. Hiya, Kat.
Hey, Robin.
Can I let me just interrupt there for a second? I'm going to do an impression of Robin, if you don't mind. So this is me. Hi, Robin, and this is what Robin said. Hi, Ian. Hi, Kath. Now, very okay, Ian. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, Kath's over there. Hi, Kath. Kath. Hi, it's me, Robin. Just with a little bit more enthusiasm for me next time, Robin would be warmly received. How are you doing, my friend? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, because I called because I was listening to one of your previous caller, talking about cats, dogs, and China, and I just want to make a little bit clarification, because...
And we should just say, for people who are listening, you are from China, so there is a chance that you might know a little bit more about it than people who've just seen pictures on Facebook. Okay, away you go.
Yeah, first of all, I'm maybe your enemy, but I think... The problem is that some people, as far as I saw on social media, believe that Chinese people all like to eat dogs and cats. That's definitely not true. I mean, you know the population, 1.4 billion people. I think personally, I have never met someone who liked to eat cat or dogs in my life. I know this happens, but it's just it's a traditional, maybe a culture of certain regions. It's not about whole China. Most people, as far as I know, don't do that at all. That's basically the point. And I mean, the media can frame China as a country where people like to eat dogs and cats and kill them on the streets whatsoever, but that's not what I saw in my country, in my hometown city. Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is with people eating cats and dogs. Anyway, yeah, if they're being killed inhumanely, okay, fine. But what do we do in this country? We boil lobsters alive. We put live creatures in boiling water, and that's like a luxury. A lobster. I've never even had a lobster. A lobster is one of the most expensive luxuries in a restaurant. So we're kind of doing the same thing. But also, if they're killed humanely, I don't have a problem with people eating cats and dogs. It's only history that has, in this part of the world, we think of cats as cute and cuddly and pets, and we've domesticated dogs and done the same thing. But I mean, I'm going to say the most Alan Partridge sentence I could possibly say, right? But I mean it. But what's so different between a cat and a cow? I don't get the difference. We've domesticated cats and they live with us. But, if I was starving and I was on a desert island and there was a cat, I'd probably end up eating it. Do you know what I mean, Kath?
Yeah. Well,
I
sorry.
know exactly what you mean.
I think the point is here, first of all, the misinformation, the wrong information that people have been having, especially the impression of all people in China eat dogs and cats, should be corrected. I think that's the point. But I certainly agree with you. I mean, the point I made to my friends is that I don't eat cats and dogs myself. But as long as it's legal in China, I firmly support the people who do it, because they have the right to do it, and it's not being forbidden by law in your country. And I don't think they've been doing anything wrong if they want to exercise their right to do so. And the other was, I mean, foods like goose liver in France has been very much popular, and I don't think people are having a problem about that in the UK. So that's one of the points, as you mentioned, that I don't really get. I just feel like the lack of inclusivity, sorry about the word, is a problem, and different cultures should be understood. I mean, people should just stop accusing Chinese people of doing something. Well, it may be all right for them, and sometimes it's wrong at all.
Yeah. You're not going to get an argument from me. And listen, I do think that there needs to be an investigation as to how exactly this virus happened, what exactly happened, because I've heard the stuff about a wet market, and I don't know if that's been proven as being exactly how it's happened, or if that's just the best theory that we've got. I don't know. There needs to be an investigation, and so that it doesn't happen again. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the Chinese government might be forced or encouraged to make some kind of financial reparation for I don't know. But first of all, let's get through this. Let's come out the other side. Let's get a cure. Let's get a vaccine. Let's stop people dying, and then we can look at that. But it needs to be done in a grown-up way, and not idiots spreading lies and being racist about China and Chinese people.
I mean, I've been raised this again last week. I was going out just from my accommodation to the gate of the accommodation to pick up my takeaway, and someone just walking towards me. Certainly looks like a student from the uni. Stopped. When I approached him, he just stopped and stepped back and then said, "Another Chinese," just right to my face. I mean, that's still happening in this country. And to be honest with you, I mean, Chinese people, Chinese government, China as a country, there are lots of things to talk about. Of course, we would discuss about it all the time on the station, claiming they're leading the business conversation. But the problem is that sometimes people are trying to, shift the blame when the real situation is about saving lives, about getting more nurseries and doctors onto the front lines, getting the PPEs for them. That's the most important thing at the moment in this country, where people do not really talk about it. They rather would like to talk about how terrible China's government is and Chinese people are, how terrible they eat bats all the time, when that's not the case at all. I mean, shifting the blame is not going to help anything, and that should just let the conversation. I agree with you. That types of conversation should not even happen on the media at this time. It's not really helping at all. Yeah.
It shouldn't really happen through the media. It should be, I don't know, Interpol. It should be government. I don't know what it should be. It certainly shouldn't be idiots hosting a phone-in radio show leading the investigation. Robin, it's always nice to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Stay safe. Let's go to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
Evening, Kath. Evening, Ian.
Hello, mate. What you got for us?
Right. I was going to bang on about something that was really irritating tonight, but maybe not, because you've had such a mare. So I've got a wah.
Here we go. Yeah.
Okay. A very famous musical venue in Glasgow, and I know this.
I know where you're going, sir. Well done. Well done.
Hut.
Yeah. No, isn't it Wah Wah Tut? Or did you say Wah Wah Tut?
I think it's Hut, but that could be.
Is it not King Wah Wah Tut's hut? Hang on a minute. Let's see again.
King Tut's Wah Wah Hut.
You could be right. You could. I have a King Tut's Wah Wah hut. Of course it is, Alistair. My Wah hat is being doffed to you. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to pull away from this online stuff, Ian. It's just winding me up so much. I asked.
Then pull away.
A fellow out. Yeah.
What happened?
I just asked a fellow alcoholic over WhatsApp, who we've met in another meeting, about having a password for another one nearby on Friday, and this person says, "Well, I can't tell you that because the group consciousness has said we're not going to publicise it." And I thought, well, they know who I am. It's not someone who's trying to hack in, and maybe I'm being too selfish, but that's.
Or maybe he's misunderstood. Maybe he's misunderstood, or someone has misunderstood the ruling is the wrong word. The group conscience. Maybe someone has misunderstood that. And I know that the AA meetings, the first week of there would be a bit late. The news isn't live, is it, Amy?
No, it's not.
Thank you very much. I know that there was the first week of this. There was a huge explosion of AA meetings online, and not all of them followed the traditional setup. And then kind of head office, world office, whatever it's called, I can't remember. They kind of sent down a statement saying we need to follow these rules and la 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 la. So there is a strong possibility that has been misunderstood.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is the ones that have been in, of course, are nowhere near what the experience of a real physical one is as well. So,
no. I've been in some where there's been a couple of weird things have happened where someone has not wanted to show their face and someone else has called them out for it, and it's new. It's new, and it will take a while for it to settle down. But if you've got meetings that work for you online, do them. If you've got it's really difficult for me to do it with the kids here, but if you've got friends online that you can FaceTime or phone, then do that. And you've got to stay in touch, Alistair. I have to move on. 0344 499 1000. You stay safe, my friend. Last hour of the show coming up. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I really hope Ringo's all right. We talked yesterday about people, Catherine, that we were pleased were missing out on this because they passed away. And that was shimmering.
That's dramatic.
And then there's also people that I really wish are okay. Obviously, I wish that the Monkees are okay. And then I just keep thinking about my Beatles. I keep thinking about my poor little Beatles, my Ringo and my Paul. And I just keep thinking, oh, for God, all the love that is holy, please keep them safe. Our good friend Scott Balcony of Balcony Shirts has been very upset today because one of his favourite artists, if not his favourite artist, a guy called John Prine, died today. An older guy, but died of COVID-19, and he is devastated, absolutely devastated. And I was not really, I knew the name John Prine, but I'd never heard any of his songs. Let's do this now, actually, because we're 0344 499 1000 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. I didn't know any of his songs, so I did what a lot of us do when when an artist dies. I go, maybe now's a great time to check out their work. And I've been listening to a lot of John Prine today, and it turns out he's great. Turns out there's been a huge gap in... are you nose breathing, Catherine?
I'm breathing through my nose and mouth, probably alternately, but does that
I can
offend you?
hear the whistle of your nose.
I don't think it's me, I think it's you.
No, it's not. I was talking through my mouth. My nose was not engaged in. I'm not circular
well, your
breathing.
Mouth then
I'm not Rolf
was
Harris.
Talking, and then your nose was pushing out.
Kath, your nose needs a little hair trim because it's a little bit wheezy and a little bit raspy.
Oh, that's very personal of you.
What was that noise?
I don't know. What noise are you hearing? I don't think it's me.
What am I hearing?
And then I want
Be quiet. Everyone be quiet. No. I heard.
I bet you've got a cat asleep
shimmer.
or something.
No, I've got cats dicking around like idiots. I don't know what's going on. They're looking up at me. Anyway, so this John Prine died, and I checked him out, and boy, oh boy, it turns out he's absolutely fantastic. And he's been around since the 60s. And I went for a song from 2 years ago. It was the first song I heard, and it was absolutely stunning. And I'm going to play it now. And I think it's a really beautiful song. It's the one I sent you. And I think it's all the more beautiful knowing that he passed away yesterday. And I tell you why. Okay, we're going to have to talk about the coronavirus, I'm afraid. And so some of you might find this upsetting and triggering, so move on. It's getting closer. In terms of people dying... You know, Adam I can never say his name. Schlesinger died last week, who I'd never met. Nearly got him on the show, but didn't. But he has done some work that I really liked. And then Eddie Large passing at the weekend, someone who I did know a little bit, and who I bumped into someone a couple of weeks ago who said, I was one of the people that persuaded Eddie to do your night. I was like, oh, brilliant, thank you, mate. I must send Eddie an email. Never got round to it. And I've noticed... Imani, my friend Imani, on Facebook, she's posted a couple of posts of people that she knows personally who have died of this. And it just feels like it's just getting a little bit closer. Thank God, touch wood, Hare Krishna and all of that. No, none of my friends and none of my family have certainly had it to a crippling degree and certainly haven't passed. But... just feels like the shadow of the cloud is just getting a little bit closer, and whatever we might say about Boris Johnson and how he will beat this because he's a strong guy, and we blame the Chinese and someone had sex with a bat and all of that stuff. The most important thing is people are dying that really their time shouldn't be up now. So I found this song from John Prine. It's called God Only Knows, and that's why I clicked on it, because I thought it might be a version of the Beach Boys song. It's not. It's stunning. And I thought, let's just play this as kind of a tribute to my mate Scott, who's probably in bed but is devastated by the loss of this guy, as a little hats off to John Prine, who passed away, and someone that I'm going to enjoy discovering. And also just as, I'm seeing again on the local Facebook groups, local people are dying, and their family are very upset by that. So just as a little, I don't want to make this too sentimental, but let's just play this song. And if you know somebody who is ill or somebody who has passed, or let's use this as a little tip of the hat to them. So this is John Prine and God Only Knows.
God only knows the price that you pay for the ones you hurt along the way. If I should betray myself today, then God only knows the price I pay. God only knows. I feel is only a part of the way I feel. If I can't reveal the way that I feel, then God only knows the way I feel. God only knows. I lay me down to sleep. I praise the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I praise the Lord, my soul to save. Oh God, oh no. I'm not true, and the things I do, and if I can't be true to the things that I do, then God only knows the way I feel. God only knows. God only knows.
Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Some song in it, Kath.
Yeah, really beautiful.
Some song. I always worry that one day we won't get phone calls from Watford anymore, and we'll all know what that means. Barry's been sent to prison for being a nuisance
Again,
caller.
yeah.
But he's calling in now. Let's go to Barry from Watford. Good evening, Barry.
Oh, you are a one, aren't you?
Little bit of fun, Barry. It's a little bit fun. They'll never catch you. You're like the Scarlet Pimpernel. They seek him here, they seek him there, but they won't look in the boozer in Watford.
They seek him here, they seek him there. He's in his back garden in his dirty underwear.
Oh! They seek him here, they seek him here, they seek him there. He's in the bathroom shaving Margaret's pubic hair.
No, they,
God.
No. They seek him here, they seek him there. Phone up Iain and call him an idiot. Dare he dare?
Oh,
they seek him here, they seek him there, but they won't find him. He's stolen children from the fair.
Oh, crikey! They seek him here, they seek him there. He's eating me. He's about as sexy as Lionel Blair.
I've got one. They seek him here, they seek him there. Is that a Yeti? No, it's Barry Bear.
They seek him here. They seek him there. He's tripped over, showing all his bum and that over the stair.
Oh.
Ian has done that.
Hang on, let me think. I can do another one. I'm sure I can. There.
No.
They seek him here, they seek him there, because he's old and infirm, and he needs to go in a care home. I struggled there because I couldn't think of the word infirm, and I was going to say infertile, and I knew that was not work. Yes.
Yeah, go on.
They seek him here, they seek him there. It's hard to believe he's as old as Cher.
Oh, I was
He's
going
older.
to say I was going to say something about Cher.
Oh, go on. Have you slept with her?
Of course I haven't.
Ooh.
They seek him here. They seek him there. I'll vote for him on the jungle. He's having a mare.
That was 3 years ago.
Topical.
Doesn't matter. I'm still watching. Catch up.
They seek him here, they seek him there. They should look in the basement. It's Barry's sex lair.
Oh.
They seek him here. They seek him there. He's put on a bit of weight. Come on, look at that pair.
I've got one. They seek him here, they seek him there. Oh, don't take the mick out of old Barry. It really isn't fair.
Oh, that's no, it didn't quite scan, but it was...
Didn't work, that one. Bit
What, and yours did?
uncomfortable and-
Okay, yeah, okay.
They seek him here, they seek him there, but Barry won't move. He's done a wee on the chair.
They seek him here. They seek him there. All that food and blooming chocolate eclair.
Oh. Oh, they seek him here, they seek him there. Bend him over, hear his trousers tear.
Oh, that's good.
That's a bit saucy, that one, isn't it?
Anyway, what I wanted to say was this. It's a cheer you up, keep your spirits up special, guys.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Let's get the... we got it. Hang on a minute. Where's the...
My brain turns to mush.
No, that's...
That's not it.
That's not... I don't know what that was.
I'd like to boss you, please.
No, here we go. Here we go.
Keep your spirits up.
Special.
Oh, that's a very...
It's
it's a great climax there, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Oh.
Wonderful. I just wanted to say this, that I've decided that when this ghastly business is all over, and all you guys out there lying awake now, come on, get into your heads, we're going to do something. Do something for each other. I have biscuit game. I have an idea that I'm going to do stuff for my neighbours. I can't do woodwork. I can't do wiring. I can't make things. I'm useless at DIY. I can't do plumbing, gardening. But you know what I do before you... Yes, I heard what you said just then. But
Thank you. You chose to ignore it and then mention it slightly later.
comedy is what I do. I can keep people's spirits up. I can do my funny thing I do with my sock and my dinkle.
You can do the thing when you go, cheese?
Cheese, I can do. Can do the minty biscuit thing again. Allied carpets, all that stuff. And I'm going to keep people's spirits up. And,
So, hang on.
that's
So
it.
what you're going to do when this is all over is carry on doing what you're doing now.
Pretty much, yes.
Right, it's a little bit rubbish.
What
Your
are you
act. No,
talking
it's a
about?
I would have thought you'd have had something, bigger to aim for. You're going to throw a big party for the nurses or something.
I can do Ronald Duck.
Oh, jeez, that scared my kid last time.
I can burp my way to the national anthem. I can pull my finger, that one I do, that's funny.
Yeah, here's the problem. Once you start deconstructing your, and I'm going to use this term so loosely, act, you realise it's as thin as a blue Rizzler paper, mate.
Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people out there who love what I do, and I'm keeping
Who are they?
it up. All them people lying in bed now, wondering how they're going to get through the night. Guys, girls, I will be with you. I'm with you all night. Just imagine me lying there with you, keeping it up, your spirit, Sammy, all night long, snuggling up.
All right, Lionel Richie.
The smell of blue Stratos. I'll be with you tonight, all right? So don't worry.
Well, hang on, stay
there.
there. Let's see. Well, to be honest, that actually would terrify me and would make me less likely to sleep. Chris, you just heard what Barry was promising there. Does that make you feel more? Are your spirits up?
In fairness, I've actually got to say, I was actually ringing to ask a question whether you got your dates wrong with the full moon from how the show's been tonight. But I think Barry's just been a breath of fresh air.
Thank you. Thank you. Good lad. And I'll be with you in bed tonight as well. I'll be in bed with all of you, giving you something. That's something.
Hang on a minute. I didn't sign up to that.
Well, I mean, in your imagination.
Exactly. Chris, stay there. I'll come back to you in a second. I just want to bring Richard into the conversation just to see if Richard feels like... Richard, I'll do this. Barry, let me do this bit, please, mate.
Okay.
Richard, you heard the nonsense sorry, you heard what Barry was saying. I just wonder if you felt comforted by him or disturbed.
Was that a man or a lady, Barry? Is that a man, that's rang up and he's a regular caller, you said, Can you hear me?
Well, yes, I'm a man, yes, that's correct. Yes.
I don't know. I feel a little worried, but luckily you can't actually you don't know my address, so you can't get to my house and get in bed, so I'm okay there.
Can I...
But, I mean, you're enjoying yourself, you're positive, aren't you,
Yes,
but,
that's it.
And if you do a routine and act, try and get to your local pub or something, get an audience, maybe that don't know you, I don't know, I mean, I do music myself.
Yes.
I've got a friend who runs a comedy night in Leeds where I live.
Yeah.
And just go and get the experience in front of an audience, really, that aren't friends, that aren't going to be biased, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
See how you go. I mean, you might, they reckon, so I've read a lot of comedians' autobiographies, and they say, obviously, you're going to flop, you got to get used to a dead audience.
He's used to flopping,
He's giving you a good tip there, Barry.
If that's what you want to do, then go for it. Try and find a local comedy night.
Thank you.
Or put something up on YouTube,
They seek him here, they seek him there. Take this loser off the air.
All right, we will do. Thanks for your call, Barry. Good night, Barry. There we go. I meant the other loser, that one there. Thank you very much indeed. Richard, I thought, made an excellent point. Richard, Chris, stay there. We'll come to you in a second. Richard, lovely to talk to you, my friend. What have you got for us this evening?
I just wanted to say, I hope this isn't strange. I think I've been listening to Talk Radio for over 30 years now.
Gosh, it hasn't been going that long, but well done.
Well, no, it can't have been, can it? I think it was James Whale. But I remember ringing up, when I was in the early 20s, James Whale, me and my girlfriend, she used to pretend she was called Olivia, so we get on the show.
Now I know you're lying. You never had a girlfriend.
No, it's true. I'm making it all up. But anyway, it's great that you're there and people can talk to you, but it really makes me realise why certain people get voted in, you know, when you hear the kind of people on the air. But no, it's cool. I can't believe I'm actually through. But I remember the one time I rang up and they had a numerologist on James's show where you had to give your date of birth and they gave you a prediction, is it, of who you were as a person, you know.
Did it come
to be
true?
honest, well, no, they described this person who I'm supposed to be because of the day I was born on, and it really didn't sound anything like me. And when you hear these, or you see these things, you always want the person to say, no, that's nothing like me. But somehow a voice came out of me that I wasn't in control of, and it went, yep, that's just like me.
He's a ventriloquist.
No, numerologist, but I just panicked because I was on air and said,
I can do numerology. What's your date of birth, Richard?
Ooh, I think I'm a few months older than you. 22nd 11th, 1973. But it must be a difficult job what you've got.
No, hang on. So you add that up, and that's a 1, and that's a 2, and that's a 4. So you're a 4-2-1, but you're also a 7. And what that means basically is that you're a kind guy. You're a very kind guy. You have been unlucky in love. And I'm afraid that's gonna. Am I right? Am I right, caller?
Who hasn't? Of course we are. But now I'm lucky because I don't have a girlfriend. You know. Phew.
Well, okay. Okay, that's fine. But you are a kind person. You want to help people, don't you? You are politically motivated. You have an interest in politics, and you're disappointed with the way things are going at the moment. Is that correct, caller?
Yeah, but I think that's a lot of people, isn't it, Ian? You know. But
well, okay.
I've got to ignore the national news. I actually
would I be right in saying, caller? Would I be right in saying that you find yourself getting very upset by what you read in the newspapers and hear on the radio, and that perhaps a bit of distance from those influences would be good for your health?
That's exactly what I do. That's what I suggest to friends of mine as well that do the same way.
There you go.
I watch stuff about Donald Trump, you know, the late night stuff, just because he's so amusing, you know. I don't agree with him.
Would I be correct in saying that you kind of that you are traditionally to the left of centre, possibly even I would go as far as to say a Labour voter? Would that be correct?
Of course. I used to go out canvassing with my grandma when I was a lad for Labour, but unfortunately...
There we go. I was about to say that I could see that when you were younger, you felt the need as a 7 to tell people your political views and try and convince them to come on side with you. Does that make sense, caller?
Of course it does, but I try my best not to anymore. I've climbed down from my soapbox a few years ago. It's up to everybody else to decide what to do. But yeah, if I can just say, caller, I think that it would be healthy for you to become politically motivated again. I see an extended period of isolation and frustration, but I see at some point in the future a trip to America being very, very important to you. Does that make any sense at all, caller? Yeah, I want to go to New Orleans eventually.
That's in America.
Yeah, that's right. To experience trad jazz in its home, you know. But no,
I'm also getting, caller, that you are very much a fan of self-love. Does that make sense to you, caller?
I try to be, yeah.
Masturbation.
Is that a rude joke? Well, yeah. Luckily, not as much. I'm not as motivated by sex, thank God. Now I'm older, you know. Luckily, but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of starting to wear a wedding ring, you know. But no, I can't really be. I'm not really into it. I can't be bothered anymore, you know. By the time you get to my age, I'm obviously no good at it, so I don't have to bother, you know.
Oh, I'm at my peak. Richard, it's nice to talk to you, my friend. You take care. 03, you're a 7. Remember that. You are a 7. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
So there is, I pretty much got everything right there. Catherine? Hello, is
Impressive
Lady
work,
Catherine there?
yes.
It was spot on, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I was about to try and venture in there myself. I feel like it's just one of those people you could tell a lot about just by the sound of his voice, but obviously I don't have the numerology talent to back it up.
It was one of those people who you could just repeat back to them what they just said to you, and they would go, "Oh yeah, that's right." Let's go back to Chris. Chris,
Yeah,
has
one
been
of those
waiting
people you
for
could just
ages. I do
repeat back
apologise.
exactly what they said.
See what you've done there, clever. Good evening, Chris.
You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Sorry to keep you waiting. What have you got for us?
Well, I think I've got a wah, but it's a bit tenuous. Although I'm going, you see, I think I have to chastise you for not explaining rules properly last night. Because at no point last night was wah cap doffed. And tonight you've doffed your wah cap, and I'm a bit disappointed that my Swahili last night didn't even get a doff. So I'm going to go for a new one and hope I
This
get a
guy's
doff with it.
furious. Wow, he's been fuming. This guy is a professional driver, Catherine, and he has been driving for 24 hours, fuming. That is not
He's
not
obsessed
safe
with you,
road
doffing.
etiquette. He can't stop in a petty station and get against us either. This guy is absolutely crazy, and I love it. Go on then. What you got tonight then, Chris?
So my wah for tonight is a risky one, I'll give it that, but hopefully I get a doff. So my wah is boudoir.
The cap is being doffed as we speak, my friend. Boudoir is and I'm not being as loud as I was earlier because I'm aware that my children are still awake because of me and my stupid job. Boudoir is magnificent, Chris.
Why, thank you very much, sir.
Are you happy now?
Chris, excuse me. Are we flirting?
No, not at all, not at all. I'm just wilding away the miles, mate.
Oh, because I was nothing. No, I wasn't. Shut up, man. I wasn't flirting either. What are you talking about?
I apologise. Have I let you down?
No, not at all. Not interested in you. I wasn't flirting with you at all. Not my type. You drive. I don't like people who can drive. Chris, nice to talk to you. Thank you so much. 0344 499 1000. I like Chris a lot.
I've noticed, yeah.
But it's obviously not reciprocated. It's not reciprocated at all. Oh, the Birmingham show, the Birmingham Rabbit Hole that was happening soon. I don't know what the date is. At the end of April, has been moved to, I think, a Sunday in November. I think. I'm looking.
I'll see what I'm doing.
This will be a collector's item. This will be a collector's item, the thing I'm looking at right now. No, not that. It's a poster on my wall. The Rabbit Hole Live Tour 2020. It looks like only one of those dates, the one in Cardiff, is actually going to happen. The 26th of April, gone. 9th of May, it's still in there, but come on, guys, let's be realistic. That ain't going to happen. 14th of June, Brighton, you'll be lucky. Manchester, 19th of July, I don't think so. And on it goes. A real waste of my life building that tour.
You weren't to know.
Well, the thing is, I was, because I read some documents released by scientists, and I chose to ignore them. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I miss you, Boyley. I miss winding you up and jumping out on you and scaring you.
Well, I'm sure you'll make up for lost time.
Yeah, I will. Oh, I will. How's everything? Sorry, I'm so tired. How's everything at home? All right? The kids all right?
Yeah. I don't think that it's having a massive. They're kind of enjoying just chilling out at home and having everyone at home and, doing their own thing. I think that now that we're not homeschooling, it feels a lot like a lazy weekend. But
yeah, it's and you're telling them what's going on though.
yes, as much as they want to know about it. Yeah, I'm not sitting them down and giving them a news briefing every morning because I don't think they're that interested, and I don't want to put the fear of God in them.
My 10-year-old was very funny yesterday. Maybe it was, when did their mum come? She's staying here. She came today, so it was this morning. He was having breakfast, and he coughed. And this is not the kind of joke my 10-year-old would normally make. And he coughed and looked at me and went, "Oh, I think I've got it." And we all just laughed. We all laughed because it was a real... it was just a lovely, spontaneous moment where we acknowledged there's a global pandemic, but we acknowledged the ridiculousness of this weird disease and situation, and I felt, some people have said to me on Twitter, well, you shouldn't make jokes about it. Yeah, you should make jokes about the disease. You shouldn't make jokes if you feel you want to. You shouldn't make jokes about the people that are suffering and the people that have died. That's inappropriate. But I think, particularly for my sanity and the sanity of my kids, it's okay to joke about the disease, because otherwise, when it first kind of broke and we got into lockdown and stuff, or just before that, you saw me, I was crippled with fear. I couldn't move because of fear. And I still get moments of fear, but generally I'm feeling so much better about stuff because we've got into a kind of a routine and a little bit of normality, and we're joking about it. You and I joke about it on air.
Yeah, I mean, we've got into a stage now where we realise that there is very little we can do about the big picture, but the small stuff we've got complete control over at this point. You know, we've worked out what we can do and what we have to kind of hand over. And in no way are we suggesting, despite what some people online may say, that we're having a wicked time and, it's great for us and we couldn't care less what else is going on in the world. Obviously, there are tragic things happening and, we all wish we weren't in this position, but in order to be able to do our bit, which is to stay at home and make sure that we're no more of a burden on, the NHS than absolutely necessary, we have to control the controllables. And if that means making light of it so our children are not living in fear, if that means appreciating being able to spend time with them in a way that we've never been able to do since we've been working parents, then I'm going to do it. And I feel like that is my way of doing my bit.
Oh, God, I've not been spending time with them. I just make them play Fortnite until their eyes bleed. But, that's fine. Excuse me. Let's go to let's do a quick break. Then we'll go to Keith because I need to have a little cough. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Let's go to Keith. Good evening, Keith.
I'm staying at home. I'm saving the world. I'm rubbing my ribs at home. I'm saving the world. I'm staying at home. I'm staying at home. I'm staying at home. I'm rubbing my ribs. I hope you rub your ribs too. I hope you're rubbing your ribs. Staying at home and saving the world. Oh yeah, baby. Can you feel it when you're staying at home, rubbing the ribs? Oh, can you feel it when rubbing the ribs in your own place, not in anybody else's place? No, you do it in your own place when you're rubbing, staying at home. You hear me?
Yes. Just remind us again what the message was.
The message? Listen. 1, 2, 3. I'm staying at home. I'm staying at home. I'm staying at home. And I'm doing okay. I'm staying at home. And I'm rubbing at home. I'm rubbing at home. I'm rubbing at home. I'm rubbing a staying at home. Saving the world with rubbing. Rubbing and staying and rubbing. Ribs.
Thanks, Keith.
I got the impression he was having a good old rub at home.
I'm hoping it was his ribs, but to be honest, the second time round, I couldn't be sure.
Listen, as long as he washes his hands afterwards, who cares?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Wash your hands. I've actually got some stories, but I've not got round to doing them, so I might save them. I really want to talk about haircuts and what people are doing, because did you see... a Claire, who's one of our Twitterers, I think she may have been on one of the Zoom lunches. She cut her little girl's hair, and she pointed out herself, did the fringe, and no parent, unless they're a trained hairdresser, no parent should cut their kids' fringe, because as Claire pointed out, she'd made her, I think she was 6, her daughter, her 6-year-old daughter looked like Dave Hill from Slade.
Yeah, it looked like it had been done with a knife and fork.
It was awful. It was awful. And I think she lives in Wales, and like the local news channel picked up on it, and the kid was on the news basically for abuse, I think. And my ex is staying here for a couple of nights, and my boy's hair is both of them. It's exploded into these huge, wonderful bushes on the top of their heads, and she keeps saying, "Do you want me to cut your hair?" And the boys sort of run off, "No." And I just wondered what people were doing about haircuts, because my hair's getting a little bit long, a little bit shaggy for me. Actually, I'm quite enjoying it, and I'm prepared to ride this. Well, actually, had you carried on my house and we had not, decided that you should work from home, I was going to ask you to cut my hair on the show one night.
I would have done it.
I know you would, and the fact that you got so excited then means I've made the right decision in not asking you. But there will be people who go, well, I can't. I mean, we've only been in lockdown for 3 weeks, I think, so it's not that long. But there will be people going. No. Go on.
I was just coming up to a haircut though that weekend of the lockdown, so. Right. So yeah, it was already. I'd already left it quite a while because I'm trying to grow it. Well, it turns out that obviously, circumstances have intervened, and I'm definitely growing it, whether I want to or not at the moment.
I would cut yours with great abandon.
That's why you're not touching it.
But I wonder if maybe if anyone, we got 10 minutes if you want to phone up and tell us your haircut stories. Are you doing it? Are you having a go? I mean, it's easy if we just lost Kev, if we can get him back. If you're a baldy and you just go with it with the wall, that's fine. Anyone can do that, but if you've got a style about you, how are you coping with your hair during the coronavirus lockdown? Call me now, 0344 499 1000.
I think I can manage. I've been cutting my own fringe for years.
Yeah, I know, and it looks awful.
It does not. You can hardly tell.
You can. There you go. That sums up Kath's philosophy in a sentence. You can hardly tell.
Exactly, and also, what is the difference between a bad haircut and a good haircut?
About 50 quid.
No, about 2 weeks. Grows out, doesn't it?
Oh, there we go. 0344 499 1000. Do you remember that show we did where we banned Alan Caddick for the rest of the week?
Yeah.
It was tonight. What you got, Boyley? No one's calling in. Screw those losers. We're too good for them.
Monkeys are smoking because of the situation.
Oh, Mickey and Mike, stop that, guys, please.
Stressed out primates, according to the Daily Star, have taken to chain smoking cigarettes as the coronavirus crisis rages across the globe. In Cambodia, one man took to social media to share a video titled, "By 2020 even monkeys can smoke," which shows a tiny macaque in a pen smoking a cig as the other one looks on. I suspect these macaques have been encouraged to smoke, Ian, because someone's got to go to the office for them, haven't they?
Monkeys don't earn much money, and fags are so expensive these days.
The animal is seen to take repeated drags while looking thoughtfully into the distance as a group of men laugh hysterically and take pictures on their phones. I suspect they're the source of the cigs. I know it's awful, isn't it?
Yes.
So, there's that. People are making monkeys smoke for a laugh. Terrible business.
Mark says you just said while... It's the dog, of course. Mark said, you just said while, there's one for while poker. Yeah, I think we had while yesterday. That's why I was...
No, I attempted to give you while and you wouldn't have it.
Well, while is absolutely fine.
Oh, turns out.
being stuck in lockdown with your other half might have seemed like fun and games at the beginning, but now many are bickering over the smallest things and, in all honesty, have had just about enough. I bet there's going to be so many babies in 9 months' time and so many divorces. If you're feeling this way, know that you're definitely not alone, as one Instagram account is highlighting just how many are struggling. During the coronavirus lockdown, a woman named Meg Zukin. I don't think I've ever met a Meg. No, I haven't. Has been collecting and sharing some of the funniest and most heartbreaking reasons couples have been arguing on Instagram. The writer and social media editor created the account after being inundated with messages on Twitter. She named the whole thing the Social Distance Project, and because it's proving so popular with people, okay, she's going to raise funds, right? When asked what inspired her... that's boring. Okay. So these are some of the messages. I haven't spent this much time at home with my husband in 5 years. I have convinced myself that all of his farts are just my phone vibrating. It's the only thing holding us together. Wow. Gosh. Another said, my boyfriend has turned me into my nagging mother. Jonathan, why are there crumbs on the counter? Jonathan, why are all the cabinets open? Jonathan, turn the lights off. It's daytime. Oh, the dog is, I think...
Poor Jonathan.
Day 3, my boyfriend got so angry at me for drinking a sip of his water, we got into a huge fight, and I made him sleep outside in his car. Wow. I'm enjoying, again, let's preface this by saying, we realise we're in a very privileged position. I earn over £1,000 a show, as we all know. But I'm glad I'm single. I think is what I'm trying to say at this point in my life.
What on earth is she barking at? Is there a fox or something?
Jesus. What, in the living room? No, she's just
out the
in
window.
A strange house, and a train might... No, the curtains are drawn. A train might... She can probably hear me. She can smell the cats. A train might have gone by. This is why you don't get dogs. Never get dogs. They're pain in the arse. I've got the dog here for 2 more days.
She don't half go on.
She don't half go on. George is looking at the door thinking, what on earth is that racket? What on earth is that racket through there? Let's go to... Oh, we've got a couple of calls. Let's go to Fred. Good evening, Fred.
Evening there. How are you, Ian? How are you, Kate?
I'm all right, Fred. What you got for us?
All right, thank you.
I think I've got a war for you.
A war or a war?
A war.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Wow.
Was that it?
Your wah was just the same wah.
Wow. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I say again, wow.
Don't. But he says war, not wah.
Yeah.
Oh, not according to the just a minute rules. According to the just a minute rules.
This isn't just a minute.
So thank you very much for your call, Fred. 03444991000. Let's go to Rhythmic Paul. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I wish this dog would shut up.
Yes, naughtiness. I have a wah for you. Actually, it's my wife's wah, which she came up with.
I bet your wife has an amazing wah. Yes. Look forward to it very much.
Wasabi.
Ah.
Did we have wasabi? We didn't, did we?
We had konnichiwa.
If only I'd actually written them all down as I pretended I was doing. I could put them into a database. Well, hang on. No, it's wasabi.
Well, Japanese pronunciation would be wasabi.
Wasabi. You're right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you have that. Partly because you're correct. Partly because you're correct.
You're being nice because you like Paul.
I do like Paul. He's a nice guy, but he is factually correct. How are you doing, man? Because you're, as we know, a musician, and you can't get your hand on your gear. I was reading the other day. So, can you? What are you doing? Is there anything you can do?
Not really, no. I've been catching up on Netflix, been playing a lot of games on my Switch, I've been watching a lot of people on Twitch, enjoying the sunshine in the garden, and that's been about it.
What are you watching on Netflix? Because I'm watching now is I'm nearly at the end of season 2 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is okay.
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but at the moment, in my watch list, let me see, Black Lightning, because I'm a bit of a geek for the old superhero movies, even if they're not very good, I enjoy them. What else? We started watching the oh gosh, what's it called? Adam Sandler movie, The Ridiculous Six.
Oh.
Started watching that today.
It's not good. It's a bit racially insensitive, I found, that one.
Excellent.
There's a lovely bit. There's a lovely bit. The funniest bit in it is when they're playing baseball.
Okay.
And that is beautiful. That's a really beautiful bit, and that brought me much joy, and is worth sitting through the rest of the movie for that one scene.
Okay, I look forward to it. Yeah.
Anything else?
All sorts, really. We were watching Sexication. My wife, she's started watching that, and I'm rewatching it, and enjoying that tremendously as well.
Yeah, have you seen Russian Doll?
Oh yes, magnificent.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Ian refuses to watch it.
Oh, I'd strongly recommend that. That'll give your brain a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I don't want to think during this period. That's not what I'm watching television for. And I'm not watching any real television. I'm just watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The only actual terrestrial television I watch is the local Oxford News on the Oxford TV channel, because it is my favourite jam of all time. It's wonderful and awful, and I love it. So I'm watching that. But that's it, man. I mean, I don't know. I've not watched any of the movies. I've not read any of the books. I've not learnt any of the languages. I think we're all going to come out of this experience dumber.
That's entirely possible. Yeah, I am struggling to find myself motivated, but yeah.
No, isn't that interesting? Because I am as well. I've got all these things I could do. I could be difficult when the kids are here, but I could be streaming, I could be I want to do some writing, all this stuff. And I just can't do it. There's something is missing from me that wants me to use this time to be creative and artistic.
Well, there's no urgency, there are no deadlines. I have literally no commitments for the foreseeable future. And that's never happened to me in my adult life.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paul, nice to talk to you. I'm going to let you go because I've got to go and murder a dog. But thank you, mate. Stay safe, and lots of love to your wife. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Too late to call us, but Daryl will be up shortly. Friggin' dog, man. Jesus Christ.
She's trying to tell you something. Either someone's down a well, or she just fancies a chat.
She's a really noisy dog. There we go. My two babies are sat just looking at the kitchen door thinking, what a dick. What an absolute idiot. Absolute idiot. Aren't you, Georgie boy? It's okay. Only two more nights of this. It's nice having the dog here, actually. I miss Lara a lot, but it turns out I'm not a dog person. Anyway, it's irrelevant. We're done, dear listeners. Thank you so much it was some show tonight, and they're not all going to be laugh riots. This is a weird time, and people are in a weird state of mind, and we are happy to talk to them. And I've got to say again, hats off to Dean. What a call. Thank you, brother. I look forward to speaking to you on a level playing field. Thank you, Catherine. Amy, thank you so much. Stay tuned. Coming up after one, it's Daryl Morris. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.